Hi everybody, I'm Amor Maximo, and I'm just a random person trying to share how beautiful life is. Today is day one, day two, day three, fourth day of Galley Talks, the first virtual flight attendant conference. So if you're up for it, let's go.
So, ano, ilang oras pa ba tayo? Ano, mga 2 hours pa ba, Char? 30 minutes na tayo? Talaga? Aba, matindi. Okay, sige. So, ah, paano naman ako dyan? Pa-validation naman, Char. Kung naintindihan nyo naman yung sinabi ko or sa tingin nyo nakatulong or na-inspire ba kayo or parang, Char, narinig ko na yun dati. Paulit-ulit ka
Yeah,
kasi.
do you want us to proceed to question and answers? Or if
Mm.
everybody has questions? No. Tingnan natin, antayin natin ma-marinate muna ang napakagandang opener, di ba? Ni Miss Ina. Ayan. Shoutout daw sa mga lovies.
Oo, mga lovies ko dyan.
Lovies
Yes,
niya,
Diyos ko.
FA Ina's
Salamat,
babies.
salamat sa suporta forever. Oy ha, magto-2,000 na tayo sa YouTube. Yes, go lang ng go. Push, push,
Wow!
push. I
Congrats!
know,
Oh,
Diyos
I
ko
saw
na.
your post.
Baliw din
Congratulations sa
ako.
inyong lahat.
Yes, road to 2,000 na tayo, lovies. Konti pa. Well, anyway, sige, tingnan natin kung may questions kayo sa akin. Kasi sa dami ng,
No,
sa
very,
dami
very
na
useful. So,
nag-PPM sa atin.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
again, please unmute your mic. Ask any question. If you are shy, you can type it on the chat box and I can read it. Before that, una, ang daming Mami Ina, Mami Ina, Mami Ina. Ayan, from the chat box.
Oo,
And
alam niyo naman
siguro,
na love ko kayong lahat.
ayan. All right. So while we're giving time for questions to be asked or to be typed, as usual, I have the phone-in questions muna. Gawin na
Sure, sure. Sige, sige,
pampagana
let's
sa
do that.
umaga.
Oo naman.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier, no, your obviously if ever you would call it an insecurity or a flaw, are your sabi
Oo.
mo nga yung magkaharap mong that's a physical.
Oo.
Oo,
Oo,
sabi mo tsaka
grabe
yung
yun.
ngipin.
Yes.
Yung ngipin na mention mo.
Oo
Now that
eh.
is on the physical. Do you have
Mm.
any trait naman na you feel is your
Ay,
flaw or you are insecure of
ay,
that
Diyos
it
ko.
is not in the physical yan para maiba? Because
Amor
you always
ha.
look at it sa physical. Tignan natin sa iba
Hindi
naman
ko
yan
alam
sa
kung alam,
pagkatao.
hindi ko alam kung alam mo to, Amor. Hindi ko sure kung alam mo na to. Pero
Malalaman ko na ngayon.
yung mga lovies ko, alam nila to. Munti ka na ako matanggal sa training nun
Oh,
because of a
really?
certain trait. Alam mo kung ano 'yan. Masyado akong bibo. Munti ka na akong matanggal because of my attitude. I am so, ano, parang alam mo yung gusto ko lagi akong, ano yun, yung step forward to be lighted. Parang gusto ko lagi nasa akin yung spotlight. Alam mo kung sino pa yung nagreklamo sa akin? Yung napakabait nating first aid instructor before si Sir Abad. Ewan ko naabutan mo siya.
Hindi.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Hindi.
Oh my God, Amor. Anyway,
Refer din
ayun nga.
ako.
Sobrang bait niyang first aid instructor. Sobrang bait niyang first aid instructor. Tapos siya pa yung nagreklamo talaga sa akin. So I was that bad with my attitude. Gusto ko, alam mo yun, may nagsasalita daw, hihirap ako bigla, hindi ko ba napapatapusin? Ganun ako kaano mo, sabi ko, ha? Problema ba yun? Kumbaga, wala akong self-awareness that time. I've never gone into any personality development wherein I have to assess myself, na the one thing that is under emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Wala akong ganun kasi before. But then, ayun na nga, I explored myself. I explored the reactions. I mean, I recap, no? Kung ano ba yung mga nagiging hirit sa akin ng mga kaklase ko. Yun na pala yun. Yun na pala yung mga hints nila na, Ina, you're too much. Parang ganun. Or minsan, ayaw na nila akong kausap kasi I suck in their energy. Parang ganun. So, hindi daw kasi yan pwede sa seniority na or sa culture ng PAL. And I will not survive. And I said to my instructor that time, kay Polans, sabi ko sa kanya, Sir, that is really unfair. All you have to do is to tell me what's wrong and I will fix it.
Yeah.
But you've been like that since you were born. It's a trait, sabi eh. Sabi, you've been like that daw dati pa. So, how are you going to fix it just like that? Sabi ko, then you watch me. Char, ganyan yung mga salitaan natin nung dati,
Yeah.
no? Yung trainer ko yan. Sabi niya, kasi it's so unfair. Ganyan ako. See, sabi niya sa akin, that's exactly the reason why. Kaya ka na, ano mo makapag-usap ka sa akin, trainer mo ako, wala kang galang. Sabi niya, at nung time na yon, I am talking to you as a person na hindi bata. Alam mo yun, na parang ginagawan niyo ng unfair judgment. Ngayon ko lang nalaman yan eh. Ngayon nyo lang sinabi sa akin. Ngayon lang ako nagkaroon ng ganyang realization. At least give me a chance to prove myself that I could. Highest ako sa theoretical. Lahat ng mga emergency drills ko, 100. Tapos tatanggalin niyo ako because of attitude. Hindi niyo man lang ako binigyan ng chance. Ayan na, yung mga tirada kong ganyan. So yun na, yun yung nangyari. So that is one of my flaws during that time. Marami pa naman ding iba. Minsan I get what do you call this? I have this lethargic moments talaga na minsan ayokong pag inumpisahan ko biglang kalagitnaan
Ayaw
manana
mo
habit
na.
ba yung tawag doon? Oo,
Yeah,
hindi
yeah.
mo
Mamaya na.
tinatapos, no? Ayun, may mga
Medyo
ganun pa rin naman ako,
procrastinate yan.
ganyan. Yeah, Diyos ko, I like delaying things up to the last minute there. Yeah, yan yung mga traits ko pa rin na ano. I am still work in progress. You can never be
Yeah, we all
old
are.
enough to improve, di ba? It's a lifetime of learning process and improving yourself. Lalo na if people are depending on you. So, yun. Thank you for that question, Amor. No, aside from
That's
my
nice.
physical insecurities, yan yung isa sa mga ano talaga na I had to work on when I was still in
Lahat
basic.
tayo. Yeah, lahat tayo. And it's
Yes.
just a proof. Like, it's continuous growth. Not because Ina is speaking to you, is speaking in front of everybody, or me, or the other speakers. It means that everything's perfect already. We all
No.
have something that we are constantly changing, constantly trying to improve upon. That's why we always say nga move forward eh.
Mm-mm.
Continue on. Kasi kahit kami,
Yes.
we try to live what we say, what we talk about. So if kayo may insecurities, kami din meron. And what's the true reason kung matatalo tayo is we do not, sabi nga ni Ina, we stay stagnant. Ayan. Kung kinote niya ako kanina, quote ko rin siya. If we stay
Oo,
stagnant,
let's
dyan
not be
talaga tayo
trapped with
matatalo.
that.
At least try,
Mm-hmm.
at least try. It's hard.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not as easy as, ay, ngayon alam ko na masyado pala akong bibo, you take it negatively. Sige, I'll try to adjust. Hindi sa lahat ng tao ganun kadali. Yung iba, medyo mahirap, medyo matagal. Pero what's important is, you try. Walang mawawala. Try. As long as it's for the better. Yan. Thank you for that,
Oo.
Ina.
Ano pala, Amor, sorry. Diba, I gave them an assignment about, what do you call this, researching about the interpersonal skills and the
Yes.
communication skills, also emotional intelligence. Baka lang nakalimutan ko sabihin kanina, you have to research on that to emotional intelligence. Yan yung rin matututunan how to take things, yung mga criticisms
Mm-mm.
constructively. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Kasi that's very important. It's for your self-growth. Anyway, okay, sorry, Amor. Sige,
It's part of
continue.
like what you said earlier, being the whole package.
You have to be a whole
Mental,
package
spiritual,
eh.
emotional. That's a little bit of everything. If you put them all together, they
Yes.
go a long way. It's like something similar
Indeed.
to my mindset, the exceptional mindset, a perfect union of the mind and the
Yes.
heart. Ganun din siya. It's a
Yes.
perfect mix of everything.
Oo.
Kung
You have to be a
sino ka
balance
and
of all, no?
yan, who you are supposed to be will come out. From
Indeed,
David
indeed.
James Diction. Diction.
Mm.
Vision. Nakita ko
Mag-mic
nagmamouth
ka na,
siya.
mag-mic ka na. Mag-mic ka na.
Nasa motocross area ako, sir. Diction po, sir.
Diction. All right.
Diction.
Ayan,
Yes, sir.
isa sa mga bagay na dapat natin matutunan aside from grammar, intonation, and diction. Ayan.
Yes,
How to gain
indeed.
confidence if you have mental illness.
Okay, if you have mental illness kasi, okay, una sa lahat kasi I am not in the field to actually, what do you call this, have a last say on that or give an opinion at least. Kasi if it's a mental illness kasi, una sa lahat, you really have to have a therapy or a support group. You know, you have to work it from the core. Yung sinasabi ko, no? Kasi it has to come from you eh. A mental illness is a very serious, what do you call this, matter or issue that you have to tackle within yourself. And then you have to be open getting help or have people reach out to you. Otherwise, sabi ko nga, you'll get trapped dyan sa kung ano man yung ghost na bumabagabag sa utak mo. I am not in the position kasi to say anything about that. Una kasi sa lahat, hindi ko kasi kilala din yung nagsasalita o yung nagtanong sa akin. So I cannot give comments or ano, no? Pero mental illness kasi is a hard battle to take. Sa totoo lang, no? Kasi sa nangyari din sa late husband ko, sabi ko nga, I'm sure he went through depression before everything ended. Pero what I am saying lang talaga is please, if you are a Catholic or you have a religion, hold on to your faith. That's the first thing that you have to do. Hold on to your faith, and trust that everything could be better because it really could. Una sa lahat, you have to accept all the help that you could get. You know, if people are trying to if people are trying to knock on your door, let them in. Okay? So, be with people, have more of that, tingnan mo lagi yung maganda sa lahat ng bagay. Sana maging practice mo yun. Kasi I am not sure kasi about the mental illness that you are referring to. Baka kasi may particular ka na mental illness. But if we are talking about depression, diba? That is something that you have to deal with people who you know loves you. Okay? Na talagang if they are there for you, then you have to let them in. Okay? And you have to trust them that they are not mocking you, that they're not making fun of you. No, they are just really trying to help you. Okay? So, embrace, hug,
Yeah.
virtual
Yes,
hug.
and not just mental health. I mean, I'd like to believe that everybody's going through something, call it mental health,
Of
mental
course,
illness or not.
no?
So other than what Ina said, na do not think that you're alone. Do not be afraid to ask for help to find out if you really need professional help. That's it. That's it. A lot of people are willing to help, pero ikaw mismo, do not be afraid to ask for help. So from Abby
Yes,
Avicilia,
please.
what do you do when you get discouraged? How do you turn it the other way?
Oh, sabi ko
Ikot
nga,
mo,
'di ba?
ganun.
Sabi ko nga, 'di ba, if you are discouraged by other people kasi nga you have family members na yun na nga mismo yung taong inaasahan mo na magsusupport sa iyo, no? At sila pa yung nagde-discourage sa iyo. If ganun yung sinasabi, ano ba sa tingin mo? Ano ba sa tingin mo sa sarili mo? Kaya mo ba? Ano, may kailangan ka bang gawin pa? Or sa tingin mo ba, if you fix something sa sarili mo, pwede na? Kung yun yung naiisip mo para sa sarili mo, then yun yung totoo. Ang sinasabi ng ibang tao tungkol sa iyo is not your reality. But you also have to learn you have to take criticisms constructively. Kasi those are the things na baka hindi mo nakikita pero nakikita nila. You have to realize that as well. No? So, but if it is something that's it's too toxic or too negative para sa iyo, then you can just parang acknowledge it. Of course, you can acknowledge it. Para hindi naman din maisip ng mga tao na sabi sa'yo na parang you're rude or impolite. Sige, fine, you accept it. And then what do you have to do? Diba? You take that as a motivation. You don't take that as something that would suppress you. Take those criticisms and let it propel you. Diba? Make it, yung kasama yan sa uniqueness mo eh. That is kasama yan sa brand mo. So, wala tayong magagawa sa iniisip ng mga ibang tao. That is something that's out of control, 'di ba? Pero how you take things, 'di ba? How you take things within yourself and how you work on those things para to make it into your turn it into your advantage. 'Di ba? Yung instead of na sobra kang malungkot dahil sa mga sinasabi nila, ginawa mo siyang motivation para i-push ka palalo, para i-propel mo palalo yung sarili mo. Diba? That is something that you could do. Kasi sabi ko nga, hindi lang naman pagiging flight attendant din ang nakalaan para sa'yo eh. So once you master a particular skill, ano pa man, isang door din ang magbubukas sa'yo. Yun. Tapos hanggang sa may isip mo na, teka lang, hindi lang pala pagiging flight attendant ang pwede kong gawin. Marirealize mo na yun isang araw, no? So, just pakinggan mo sila. Sige, ayan yung sinasabi nila tungkol sa'yo. Totoo man o hindi, just accept it and then turn it into motivation.
Yeah. Tulad ng
You can
sinabi
just,
ni Ina.
parang, tingnan nyo isang araw. Oo. Just show them what you've got.
And Ina also mentioned earlier na sometimes the harshest words come from the people that you love the most, your friends, your family. And siguro magkakaiba ang definition natin ng success, di ba? So para sa atin, ang success is to become a flight attendant and trip. Baka sila iba. Kaya they push you to be different. It doesn't mean na minamaliit nila maybe kung ano yung pananaw mo. Pero sa pananaw nila at pagkakaintindi nila, uy, ito bagay ka dito.
You can do
Just try
something
to,
else.
tulad ng sinasabi ni Ina, just consider, listen, because you'll never know. You'll never know kung saan ka mapupush.
Exactly.
Again, the world is big. You can go anywhere.
Ano nga ba talaga ang lugar mo sa mundo, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Oo. Tingnan natin. Okay, so,
From... Oh, sorry, Ina. Yeah.
ayan, tingnan natin. Kasi parang may mga questions na nagpa-pop out
Yes, yun nga.
kanina. I was
Isa-segue na
trying to,
natin.
oo.
From
Sige.
Gianna, Hi Miss Ina, kamusta po? How do you cope up in changing po yung nakasanayan nyo na attitude? Maybe
Yung attitude
specifically
ko,
that attitude na you'll know
oo, yung sinasabi.
will make you better or will affect others positively.
Na,
Yan.
alam mo yung sinasabi ko kanina na pagkabibo na halos na na halos ikatanggal ko na sa trabaho. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, looking back, kaya pala ang dami kong hindi nakakasundo. Kaya pala nung college kailangan ko lumipat ng section. Kasi parang everybody's, parang medyo hot water na. Hindi na ako komportable. Yun pala yun. So, I had a lot of reflections and realizations nung nalaman ko what's wrong with me. Kasi hindi ko talaga alam na ganun pala talaga yun eh. Hanggang sa nung nagkaroon ako ng batch ko for basic class, ganun pa rin yung nangyayari. Hindi ko pa rin alam na ganun pala yung nangyayari. It took someone to tell me directly. Tapos my job is on the line. So would it be that a good motivation for you to change? 'Di ba? So talagang hindi ko pwedeng sabihin sa kanila na, ito na talaga ako eh. Ganito na talaga ako eh. Ano gagawin ko? Simula na pinanganak ako, ganito na ako. Hindi naman pwede mag-ganon, di ba? Kasi maraming tao yan ang dahilan. Ganito na ako dati pa. Huwag mo na akong baguhin. Ganito na talaga ako. O, hindi yan totoo. Kung may importante para sa'yo, kung may importante talaga na tao para sa'yo o bagay na para sa'yo, you will change for that very reason. Hindi totoo na hindi mo kayang magbago. It's just that you refuse. Baka talaga yung bagay na yung tao na yun hindi ganun ka-importante sa'yo. That's why you refuse to change. Oo. Yun lang. Mond ha? Char.
Applicable in all aspects of life, no? Yeah.
Totoo ba? Tama naman, di ba? Tama naman.
From Christopher Pagay, if a situation crushes me, how must I regain my confidence? Pag sobrang bigat?
Ano ba? Hindi kasi nga sabi ko nga, 'di ba, Lovey, sabihin natin ito ha. I'm going to be very open about this. Sabihin natin nag-apply ka. Hindi ka nag-apply ka, na-reject ka. Which is yung ibang mga tao actually, tama ba mo? Up to 21 times?
20, 40 or more?
24?
Yeah.
If those people have that kind of motivation to do it, para lang makuha nila yung dream job na gusto nila, what makes you different? 'Di ba? Na every time, geto kasi yan, Lavis ha. Okay, sige. So nag-apply ka, na-reject ka. Bakit kaya ako na-reject? So iisipin mo yan. Ba't kaya ako na-reject? So again, meron ka na namang realization kung bakit ka na-reject. Tapos pagka nalaman mo kung bakit o ano pa man yung so sa palagay mo naging mali, you will fix that. So what is that? A self-improvement. Ito na naman, meron na naman bagong hiring event. Nag-ano ka na naman, nag-apply ka na naman. Hindi ka pa rin natanggap. Pero hindi na dahil doon. Hindi ka natanggap because of another thing. So ano na naman kaya yan? So you will fix it again. Again, it's going to be a self-improvement. Nag-apply ka na naman hanggang sa isang araw, alam mo yun, talagang hanggang sa natanggap ka na because you've become someone talaga that they are looking for finally. Okay? Pero, sweetheart, kapag ka nag-apply ka ng paulit-ulit at yung rason na kung bakit ka nare-reject ay paulit-ulit din, then that means that you are actually in denial of something at wala ka na talagang pakialam sa iba kung ano pa yung iniisip nila. Basta alam ko, ako pwede ako maging flight attendant o problema mo na pag it's your loss. Mga ganun bagay. Kung paulit-ulit yung dahilan kung bakit hindi ka natatanggap at wala kang inaayos sa sarili mo, then sino na may problema na? Diba? So, rejection is an opportunity for you to improve. It's a matter of what? Outlook and attitude, sweetheart. Yun lang naman yun eh. I'm not saying that it's easy, pero my goodness, I've done it. So, it means it's doable. Yun. So, sana nakatulong, sinabi ko.
Yeah,
yung ganyang klaseng rejections. Why are you going to be crushed in the first place? You should turn this in an opportunity for you to improve. Kasi it's all, sabi ko nga, it's about your outlook and attitude. If you have a very loser attitude, then yan mismo ang mararamdaman mo. You'll be crushed. Diba? But you have a winner attitude, then you know that this is opportunity for you to learn more about yourself, explore yourself, accept the criticisms of others, and improve yourself from there. Rise up.
Yeah.
No? Ayan.
But if you have to feel it, sometimes feel it kasi minsan by feeling those moments, yun din yung magiging motivation nyo to move forward or to try again. Basta yung bottom line is mag-try pa rin to face the challenge pa rin. If you're the type of person, kaya mong isang tabi, tapos sige, kaya ng mindset mo yan, go. If kaya mong kailangan mo ramdamin mo. 1, 2 days, pero go pa rin. At the end of the day, same ending. Go. Try.
Alam
Face
mo,
the challenge.
lang
Succeed.
talaga. Amor, isa pa sa mga bagay na gusto ko talaga sabihin sa mga aspirants natin. Yes, being a flight attendant is your dream. Pero please, be open to other opportunities. Be open sa iba pang mga bagay na pwede mong maging. Na doon ka para talaga gusto ilagay ni Lord. Diba? Try mo maging flight attendant, go ahead. Pero please recognize those signs. Ha? Huwag kayong kasi baka mamaya talaga, alam mo yun, yung lugar mo talaga pala dito sa mundo is something greater than being a flight attendant, and you've missed that. Kasi masyado ka nang na-crush. Sabi nga nung isa doon sa dream mo.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? So please recognize those signs and take those opportunities.
We actually talk about this just for everybody. Sometimes when we talk, ako, si Ina, and we use this as a perfect example, no? I personally say this, and some might not agree, but I believe in it, that to be a flight attendant is not the sole basis of being successful. Kasi kung yun lang, anong tawag mo sa doctors, sa lawyers? Simon Ortiz na nandito, anong tawag mo sa kanya? So it's not. But if you have, like what Ina said, like what most of the speakers said, if you hold on to that dream and continuously work for it, even if you do not achieve it, it may open doors for where you are supposed to be. And wherever that is something bigger, somewhere better than you have imagined. But again, if you have a goal right now, focus on it and work on it. Then when the time comes, you will know, you will have an epiphany. Hindi ito, pero ito yung para sa akin. So lahat ng pinagdaanan ko ay hinahanda ko para sa itong isang magandang bukas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From Tanya Marquez, hello Miss Ina. Ayun. How to maintain a stable and strong confidence if people try to intimidate you?
Intimidate? Ay, mga taong ang mga taong nag-i-intimidate lang kasi doesn't have confidence. Sila mismo walang confidence, kaya sila nag-i-intimidate. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, there's a very big difference of arrogance and confidence. When you are intimidating someone, what does, ano pinapakita mo? Diba? You are trying to conceal something, that's why you're intimidating someone. Meron kang tinatago na weakness mo. Kasi ayaw mo makita ng iba. That's why they're intimidating you. You just have to be you. Yun lang naman yun eh. Kasi hoda, kung sino man yung nag-i-intimidate sa'yo, if alam mo kung anong ginagawa mo, if you know, if you are confident in what you're doing that is right and within the policies of whatever, or alam mo yun na ito yung tama, then why would you be intimidated? Kaawaan mo na lang yun. Kaawaan mo na lang yun. Kasi hindi kayo parehas. Wala kayo sa parehong level. It could be someone na higher up sa'yo, pero ang character ninyo is hindi level. You have the confidence. You only have the arrogance. Okay? Ayan.
Yeah.
So, you have to be you. You have to believe in yourself. Lalo na kung alam nyo kung nasa tama kayo.
Yeah.
Or you are upholding something of value. Diba?
Realize merong masasabi regardless of who you are and what you're doing. If you're the best person in the world, so-called, meron din yan. So just like what Ina said, if it is for your own self-growth, if you're helping others, you're doing good, do it. Comment from Jefferson Garcia. Hello, Miss Ina. We kind of have the same personality when it comes to standing out. Since I'm maintaining certain grades right now, and people tend to get intimidated around me so easily. But I'm really working on it, trying to be as low-key as possible. This is not a question, pero I really admire the way you manage that certain situation during training. Ayan, from Jefferson Garcia.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ano lang talaga yan ha, you really have to adjust on the things na sinasabi ng mga tao tungkol sa'yo. If you think na, you have to be open about it, you know. Wala tayong magagawa kasi kung ikaw magaling ka, diba? Magaling ka talaga, effortless, sabihin natin. Anong magagawa natin, diba? Kahit di ka nag-aaral, nakaka-100 ka. Pero, alam mo yun, kung hindi siya umaakyat sa utak mo, ibig ko sabihin, hindi ka nagiging hambog dahil doon, then you can easily get along with everyone, diba? If hindi aakyat yung area na yun sa utak mo, then walang ring reason para yung mga ibang tao lumayo sa'yo. Diba? So, tingnan mo lang, you always have to assess no, what other people talking about you, if they are talking about you. Huwag ka masyadong sumama ang loob mo. Ha? Ano lang, sabi ko nga, all this criticism and also rejections are opportunities for you to improve yourself. Yeah. So you just really have to know how to turn things around for you, for your benefit, for your advantage.
Ayan. Oh. Do we have more questions? I think wala na as of now. A phone-in question.
Ay, sige.
Ina, especially your FAE na babies, your lovies, they see you as their motivation, di ba? Means mami na pa nga, mami na. Ikaw,
I really hope so.
The question is, ikaw, who motivates you or what motivates you?
Syempre, gumigising tayo tuwing umaga para sa mga anak ko. Hindi, honestly, no? Yung mga anak ko kasi, syempre, pag mommy ka na, your whole world revolves around them. Sa kanila talaga yung focus ko. Sabi ko nga, Lord, kung hanggang dito na lang talaga ako, sana yung mga anak ko, sa kanila na lang. Sila na lang yung patnubayan mo or i-bless mo ng klase ng buhay na hindi ko naabot. Pero since nagkaroon na tayo ng mga ng mga FA babies natin, I have this kind of I got this kind of fulfillment also, especially pag alam ko na nakakatulong ako. Kaya nga sabi ko dun sa mga nagte-testimony or yung mga gumagawa ng mga posts about me, yung mga ganyan. Sabi ko maraming salamat kasi nababalidate niyo ako. Yung ginagawa ko para sa inyo. Kasi ibig ko sabihin, I don't really have to I didn't really have to do this in the first place. Nananahimik ako eh. Hindi ko naman kailangan gawin to eh. Pero simula nung nalaman ko na kung gaano kadami ang gustong maging flight attendant, parang nagkaroon ako ng responsibility na kailangan natin i-mold ang mga ito into kind of breed ng mga flight attendants in the future na talaga namang have this kind of yung talagang commitment sa trabaho nila. And because of the aspirants, alam mo na nawala yung stigma na sa mga flight attendants na we are just this, no? High paid ganito, high paid ganyan. And dahil ang dami-dami ninyo who dreams our job, who dreams to have our job, nagbinigyan nyo kami ng dignidad. Kaya sabi ko, it is only right to give back. Diba? So, yun, that one, kasama yun sa motivation ko. Ayan. So, maraming salamat sa ating mga aspirants. Kasi, you are a big deal to all of us. Diba, Amor?
Yes, to all of us, to all of the speakers.
Maraming salamat.
Yeah, and it doesn't help also na sa dami ng information, sometimes you see na, parang hindi naman ganyan, no? Parang you see different kinds of information coming out, and there are some things that you don't agree with, especially coming from the industry. And you see a lot of aspirants just like you guys, you believe these stories, you listen to these stories and think that this is the reason for you not to continue your job, your dream. So imbis na namomotivate kayo, na de-demotivate. And of course, coming from the industry, parang hindi yata totoo yan, no? Sabi mo kahit sa social responsibility, minsan napupush ka na, teka lang, sige, parang try ko muna magsabi ng something or mag-help out. Kasi we are instead of spreading motivation, good vibes, parang napupunta sa negative light yung industry natin. Parang hindi naman natin matanggap eh, no? Oo. Kaya a lot of us, especially those first YouTubers, yung makasama natin dito sa conference, maraming salamat.
Yes.
And we all thank them and we all thank you who support them, who support us, who are here right now. Another way of showing support. Salamat. Ina, last question. Napaka-technical at napaka-grabe.
Math ba yan, Char?
Oo, math actually. Last question, ilalight natin ng onte. No, you mentioned
Ah,
your motivation obviously are your kids, your children.
mm.
And siguro if we can end this hour by, can you share what one, I'm sure you do a lot of activities together, mostly
Yes.
travel. So, compare
Yes.
natin yung pagiging FA mo tsaka yung family mo. Anong activity,
Yes.
anong place ang pinuntahan nyo? So, obviously, because you're a flight attendant, you get to travel. But
Ah.
memorable na magkakasama kayo as our
Oo.
last question.
Oo. Actually, pag nandito lang naman kami sa Manila, every time na kuwari magkakaroon ako ng long off, ang ginagawa talaga namin, mahilig namin gawin is camping, no? By the lakeside, by the beach, ganyan. Pero yung mga time na nagkaroon na talaga ako ng opportunity to bring them abroad, kasi kung hindi alam ng lahat, single mom kasi ako. I got widowed 8 years ago. So, ang ginawa ko, ah, nag-try ako talaga mag-ipon para maibigay sa mga anak ko yung mga bagay na sana kaming dalawa ng asawa ko yung nagbibigay sa kanila. Pero natagalan, pero nagawa ko. So yung una naming naging escapade doon is yung Hong Kong Disneyland. Akala ko na nung time na yun hanggang doon na lang ko sila madadala kasi ang hirap talaga ng pera. Pero nagkaroon ako ng maraming kaibigan who supported me at nadala ko sila sa siguro mga after ilang years pa nung alam ko na sobra sila na mag-i-enjoy kasi okay, so when I was in Los Angeles, tinreat kasi ako ng friend ko sa Universal Studios and my God, sabi ko, ang nasa utak ko lang the whole time I was there is, my God, sobrang matutuwa tong mga anak ko pag nandito sila. Yun lang yung umuikot sa utak ko the whole time. Tapos, alam mo, after yung mga ilang years, nakapag-ipon ako, hindi ko alam kung anong biyaya ni Lord ang naibigay sa akin, pero yung my friends, all of my friends chip in. Sila yung sumagot ng ganito, sila yung sumagot ng ganyan. Tapos, aside from bringing them sa Universal Studios, sa talaga naman na-enjoy nila ng todo. I documented it, I made a vlog about it, lahat talaga ng mga namin, no? Travel namin sa Los Angeles, yung mga pinuntahan namin lugar naka-document kasi I don't want, I want them to see it pagka lumaki-laki na sila sa My Day ng Facebook nila. Nadala ko rin sila oh my God, Six Flags, Four Flags. Kasi sa Six Flags kasi if you don't know, I am a fan of roller coasters at nagkataon lahat ng mga anak ko mahilig sa roller coasters. For some reason, buti na lang. Kasi alam mo, siguro walo kaming roller coasters na iba-iba nung nandun kami sa Six Flags. Kaya, oh my God, that's really something na sobra akong thankful, lalo na sa mga kaibigan ko who helped me. Ang dala-dala ko lang nun, Amor, that time, sa 10 days namin is $1,500. At meron pa akong $400 na naiuwi after. Ganun kadami yung tumulong sa akin nung time na sabi ko, dadaling ko sana yung mga anak ko sa States. After nun, all the blessings just poured.
Blessings.
Exactly. Thank
If
God for friends.
I have the opportunity to meet her kids. Nako, kung nakita niyo yung energy ni Ina.
Hindi ka nila makakalimutan.
Anak nga niya sila. Three beautiful kids with the
si
same
Mr.
amount
Orange
of energy.
Juice. Oo.
Oo.
Hindi ka nila makalimutan actually.
Same here. Send my hi and my love.
Yes,
Ina,
yes. Ito nga si Kuya andyan.
For everybody,
yes,
promote
yes.
your business, YouTube.
Of course. Okay. Actually, right now kasi I am with MeFats, no? It's a flight attendant school in Kalumpit, Bulacan who does the face-to-face training, FA training, and also I think they will be venturing on the online training as well. I am an instructor for their grooming and personality development. Okay, so if you think that you still have to work on your confidence and all that jazz. I want to know more of self-exploration and self-realization. Hit me a PM and I can work on it with them, no? Kung gusto mo, i-avail. And then if please lang yung aking YouTube channel na na inaalagaan ko ngayon. It's Wondering Mom PH. I really hope that I'll see you there. Please leave me a comment kung pumunta nga kayo at nakapag-subscribe kayo pa so I can at least say thank you so much sa pag-subscribe. And sa ngayon, sa business wala naman akong kinikembot ngayon, pero I think na mukhang nakasama na ulit ako sa isang group ng Nu Skin. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Para lang makatulong sa finances. Yeah, so yun lang naman sa ngayon. Yeah. So actually yung MeFats talagang pinopromote ko ngayon kasi nga I really think a lot of people needs it. A lot of the aspirants, if they have the means lang din naman, I think it would help them immensely. Yeah.
Ayan, I think David James is from MeFats, no? Kasi kumakaway din siya every time you mention me, Fats. Tumuturo siya, me
Really?
din. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, si David! Yes, si
Yeah,
David! Oo, he used to be, what do you call this,
student, I think.
student. And,
Yeah,
hi! Ako yung bagong, kasi iba yung naging, nila sa grooming and
trainer niya
personality
before.
development, iba instructor nila. Kaya, hi! Oo, ako yung bago. Well, anytime you want to sit in, kasi ang mga instructor kasi ng grooming and personality development, iba-ibang style niyan eh. Oh, if you want to know how I do mine, then go ahead and sit in. Paalam ka lang kay Ron.
All
Yes.
right. So with that being said, thank you very much, Ina. Let's take
Thank you
pictures.
din.
So yan,
Okay.
pakita. Time to see everybody for the first page. All right. Sige. Okay. 1, 2, 3. For page 2.
Kasama pa rin ba ako
There
dyan?
you go. Ayan. Si MR nandyan. Nagpakita kasama ng page 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's go one more for page 2. Just a second. Page 2, 1, 2, 3. Ayan, humabol si Joyce. And for the last page. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll take a 2-minute break and proceed to the next speaker in a bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yun lang. I guess that's it.
Thank you, Marian. More. 15 minutes pa.
Kaya pa
Let's
ba?
try.
Binilisan ko nga siya kasi
Oo nga eh. Let's try to
natatakot
squeeze in
ako na mag-ano. Hindi baka may
overtime.
mga questions sila
Yeah, let's
dun.
try to squeeze in questions if ever. While we're giving them time to type, pasok ko na yung isa sa mga phone-in question. What is the best thing about being based in Malaysia? Ayan, you're there right now. What's the best thing? Like number one.
Sure. This is very practical. Hindi kasi, yung mga sagot ko kasi hindi siya yung parang dreamy type. Sobrang brutal and direct to the point, okay? Best part in Malaysia, walang traffic. Number one. Walang traffic. And another thing, I like the attitude of the people here. They don't gossip at all. Another thing is just, it's the positive vibe. Tapos, yung mga nakakalipad namin ng mga seniors, they're very nice. Siguro, sa 2 years flying ko with AirAsia, um, 1 or 2 pa lang yung na-encounter ko na may attitude. Pero, the rest are all good, which is very surprising. Yeah. So, that's the best thing about Malaysia. Aside from the food, the culture, alam niyo yung mga ganun. Yeah.
A comment from Jefferson Garcia, learning is a lifetime process after all. Every day we learn, every day we improve. All right. One more question. Without divulging any specific information, what is the pinaka-delikado na flight na na-encounter mo or experience that you had when you
Oh
were
my God.
still in the military? Kasi na-mention mo, no?
Kinakabahan
Military,
ako. I wanted to share,
president.
but I don't know if it's safe to share.
Yun lang, unless it's talagang bawal. Pero siguro, like, an overview of the things that you have to experience siguro.
Okay.
Kasi alam ko yan eh. Pag military, you cannot really say it by the detail, of course. Pero
Yes.
something broad other than what you mentioned earlier.
Okay, I think it's okay na rin naman since matagal na ako nag-resign. But I've experienced na nasa helicopter kami and someone was shooting at us. Yun lang yung information na bigay ko.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, talagang
I was about to
literally.
cry. No, hindi. Hindi ako.
Oo.
So, yun.
About to cry, but you have to do your job first, no?
Yes.
Siguro after. Pero
To be
why?
honest, when you're in that kind of situation, hindi siya yung kagaya sa movies. Hindi siya yung parang may iyak ka, magpapanik ka. No. You're just stay still. Parang tsaka mo na lang siya marirealize after the event. Nangyari yun? What the heck happened? Parang ganun. Pero at that very moment, you're just you. Hindi mo siya mafe-feel na you're in danger. Kakabahan ka, pero after mo na siya mararamdaman yung kaba, tsaka after the event, nag-shake talaga kami. Doon na lang nag-sink in sa amin na, okay, that thing happened. We have to calm down. So, yeah.
I think that is similar to being maybe in a job that is a safety professional. Like, habang nagkukwento ka, yung mga flight attendants natin na nandito, si Jenna Pingon is also flight attendant, si Candice Gold tumutungo din. So, based from also experience and sa mga nakausap ko who encountered emergencies in flight, wala kang time na maratel minsan eh, no? Yung, it's very
True.
rare. You just do what you do. Sabi nga nung isa kong friend that encountered a crash landing,
Mm-hmm.
more than 5, 6, 7 years ago, the first thing that came to her mind is yung training mo na hindi mo iniisip na, excuse me, na you were paying attention to, biglang pumasok lahat.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos gumalaw ka na lang. And like what Marian said, when everything was done, nung nagde-debriefing sila, tsaka mo lang, oy, nangyari pala yun, or tsaka ka
True.
nag-shake. But during that moment, you had to do what you had to do. From Tanya Marquez, Miss Marian, anong difference and similarities ng pagiging military FA and commercial FA?
Sa military FA, hindi kayo palaging lilipad. Very rare lang siya. Siguro sa 1 month, once or twice ka lang lilipad, minsan hindi pa talaga. So, yung duty namin that time, more on military, more on soldier talaga siya. So, that's the difference. So, kung nagpaplano kayo na mag-apply for the soldier, military soldier, ganun, just be ready. I-ready nyo yung heart nyo. Kasi, upon seeing the ad, ang mai-imagine talaga namin is, wow, presidential flight attendant. Parang ganon, di ba? But when you are in that situation already, dun nyo marirealize na you're more a soldier than a flight attendant.
Siguro the similarity is your job description that as a flight attendant, you take care of everybody that's inside the flight when
Mm-hmm.
they depart until they arrive in their destination. Follow-up question, do you do also in-flight service, like food, do you
To
or
be
talagang
honest, not
travels
really.
lang? Not
Kasi
really.
sa ground pa lang kumakain na si president or our
Mhm.
other passengers, kumakain na sila. So pag lumilipad na sila, mostly nakikipag-chikahan na lang sila or
Ah,
natutulog na lang kasi
as
wala na
safety
rin silang
professionals talaga kayo.
wala na rin silang time talagang kumain. And kami din yung galley namin doon, hindi siya equipped with
Oh,
how do
kasi
I say, hindi
private
siya
jet
equipped
like you
ng
said, no?
yun.
Mga Galley Kitchen. All right. From Christopher Pagay, how do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? Maybe two
Wow.
answers. Isang 5 years, isang 10 years.
5 years? I really wanted to have a business. Gusto ko talaga magkaroon ng business. And yeah, I see myself as a businesswoman. I wanted to own a resto bar in my province, Puerto Galera. Nakaharap ng beach. So, yun yung
Ayan.
na-imagine ko na
Wow.
settled, ganyan. But with the pandemic happening, I think madidelay siya. So, maybe ma-achieve ko siya mga 8 years, mga ganon. Yun.
Tapos pupunta kami after 9 years
Yes,
with
please.
discount, no?
Yes. Lahat
Puerto
ng flight
Galera.
attendants may discount.
Ayan.
And hopefully,
Oh,
lahat ng nag-join dito, flight attendants na by that time.
by that time, yes. From Judy Malagrito, if by chance po, your opportunity in broadcasting will come, will you still take it?
To be honest, yes. Yes and no. Kasi parang sa age ko, I know this is not matanda, pero as a 24 sa show business, that's already old. Especially in broadcasting. That's already old. Alam naman natin, 'di ba, yung mga celebrities, mga broadcasting people, mostly nag-i-start sila maaga pa lang.
Yeah.
And I tried, pero di talaga eh. Lagi ako nare-reject. So, hindi talaga para sa akin ang pagiging newscaster, pagiging host, pagiging VJ. Hindi talaga. So, I think it's really not destined for me, and I just have to accept that fact. Kahit gaano ko siya kagusto. Until now, pag nakakakita ko ng mga courtside reporter, that should be me, feeling those kids. Napapakanta na lang ako eh. 'Di ba? So, I think it's really not for me.
Yung mga pinakita mo nga sa picture, they look familiar kasi I think some of them, or if not
Flight
one or
attendant.
two of them, are in the PBA na rin.
Yes,
I
and
think.
others nag-flight attendant din ata yung iba, pero
Mm.
hindi ko sure. Yeah. Yung iba
From,
binibining Pilipinas, ganun.
oh. So nauna ka lang. Nauna
Ha?
sila mag-broadcaster, tapos ikaw
Ano
nauna
na
ka
yung sa akin
mag-beauty
sa
queen,
ano
then like,
kanto-kantong pageant yung sa akin. Kasi 5'2" lang eh. Okay.
still. Sobrang bigat yata nung mga sash mo kaya na out of balance ka dun sa video
Yeah.
kasi napakadami. Parang mga 5 or 6 yung nandun eh.
Grabe na nakakahiya yung experience. Pero wala, natutuwa ako and I'm not embarrassed to share that experience. Kasi parang sabi ko, hindi ko rin alam paano ko nagawa yun na tatayo, nadapa ka na. Siguro sanay ako in front of my friends. Lagi akong nadadapa. Lagi ang clown kasi ko lagi akong natatapunan ng something. So, in front of my friends, I'm very, parang sanay na ako maging clumsy. Tapos,
It's,
nagkataon lang na in front of the whole crowd, huge crowd, naging clumsy ako. So, na-train ko na yung sarili ko na, Deadma, continue. Ganun.
Miriam Kembao ba yun? Siya rin yung naganon, tama ba?
Sabi nila, pero
Miriam
hindi ko
Kembao
napanood yung
moment.
scene.
Side question, sabi mo since clumsy ka, meron na bang opportunity na meron ka ng natapunan na pasahero or colleague in flight, ng food, ng
Oh
drink,
my
or
God!
anything?
You just unlocked a memory, Amor. You
Ayan,
just
ayan.
unlocked a
Sige, share,
memory.
share. You
Yes,
make me.
meron! Actually, hindi lang basta tapon. Di ba yung sa compartment,
Mhm.
minsan ginagano na lang nila yung mga gamit nila.
Yeah.
And then, minsan mga flight attendants, doon din tayo naglalagay ng compartment sa row 1. Pag open ko, yung tumbler nung pasahero, nahulog sa mukha niya. As in, bukol. Buti na lang hindi ako ni-report ng senior ko. So, nag-sorry talaga. So, sorry. So, sobrang clumsy ko. So, dapat dahan-dahan eh. Sobrang
Mhm.
bilis kong kumilos. Na parang, military pa rin. So, sabi ko dahan-dahan. Dalagang Pilipina, yeah. Dapat gano'n na yung kilos. So, yun. Tapos, naalala ko rin, natapunan ko ng mushroom soup. Yung ka-flight attendant ko naman, ka-crew ko sa likod. Kakamadali. As in, ang init pa niya, tapos natapos. Buti hindi siya na-burn. Ah, my God! Nagki-cringe ako pag naalala ko yung memory. Kasi naaawa ako sa kanila na parang dahil sa kaklamsihan ko, nasasaktan sila. Which is, I have to correct that. Kasi masyado akong magaslaw sometimes. Yeah.
So sa pagkakataong yun, ano yung una mong nasabi nung nakatapon ka?
Hindi ako nagmura, which is good. Sabi ko
Akala ko
lang,
kasi, oh my God, kala ko yun daw
hindi,
sila. Hindi
hindi, wala
sorry
na
din,
rin
oh my
akong time
God.
oh my God, parang, ano nangyari? Parang ganun sa, ay, sorry. Tapos, diretso
Hindi ka
agad, kuha agad
nagugulat
ng
pag
tissue.
binabaril ka sa helicopter pero pag nakatapon ka, iba yung shock eh, no?
Exactly.
From Michiko Aiko Farrell, do all who get to train na na-hire sa Malaysia, Miss Carmelo, napunta lahat sa Malaysia? So I guess lahat na na-train sa Malaysia are accepted and based in Malaysia? Or is it possible na those that trained ay mabe-base din sa Manila or sa Cebu?
Sorry, medyo na-confuse ako sa question.
Oo.
Okay. That time, pag meron silang mass hiring, they will eventually say it kung saan kayo mabibase. Kasi nakalagay yun sa poster nila and everything. Nakalagay daw willing to be based in Malaysia or based in Malaysia. Minsan wala pang willing, talagang based in Malaysia. So, ganun siya. And pag nag-apply kayo, tapos natapos niyo na lahat yon, very minimal lang yung chance na pwede kayo magpa-base back to the Philippines. Medyo mahirap siyang process. So, kung saan kayo nag-start, kung ang nagpapa-hiring is AirAsia Malaysia, Malaysia kayo. AirAsia Philippines, Philippines kayo. AirAsia India, India kayo. So, marami tayong, meron
Yeah.
kami tinatawag PAA, MAA, ibig sabihin ng PAA, Philippines AirAsia, MAA, Malaysia AirAsia. So, magkakaiba siya. Ganun.
Yeah, that's a good clarification because some people do not know about that. Akala nila AirAsia, AirAsia. So
Mm-mm.
again, as what Marian said, may AirAsia na based in the Philippines, may AirAsia based in Malaysia, and so on and so forth. Based from my experience nga when I travel with your airline, pag pwede ka sumakay ng AirAsia sa Philippines, ang cabin crew mo is Filipino. Pag let's say from Malaysia to let's say another Indonesia, parang ibang flight, ibang lahi, pero
Mm-mm.
AirAsia pa rin. I think meron pang little flags or
Flag.
something
Before may
para
flags.
madi-differentiate kung
Tinanggal
ano yung
nila
base.
ngayon.
Ah, okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what we noticed eh. All right. Again, no more questions. If you still have questions, you can message Marian directly. Dun sa mga nanalo earlier with her game, you can send her a message via her Facebook account. You can send her a message there. I will send you also a screenshot kung ano yung message nyo just in case to be sure. And I will give Marian a copy of those who won. And Marian, last words, reminders, social media ads, YouTube, Facebook. Go ahead.
I just wanted to thank all of you, lahat ng umattend. Thank you so much. And sa ating mga speakers, Amor, thank you so much. Yeah, I think Marian Carmelo, lahat ng social media ko Marian Carmelo. Yun lang.
There
And
you
wag
go.
yun delete yung app ng AirAsia. Please.
Oo.
Yun lang.
Kahit
Thank
walang
you
game
so much.
download, no?
Oo. Thank you so much.
All right. With that being said, let's take a picture for everybody. Ayan. Ayan, lumalabas. All right. One, two, three for page 1. Ayan, humabol si Arjan. Ako, hindi natin nasama sa first picture. Sayang naman. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for page 2. 1, 2, 3. And for the last page, that's it. All right, thank you very much. Again, let's take another 2-minute break and we'll be back with our next. All right. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Kasi, well, I don't know if you guys notice. I take down notes every time there's a speaker, no? Minsan talking points, minsan there are things na, uy, ayos yun ah. So, meron na akong nasulat dito about sa sinabi ni Mean, no? That because of being a flight attendant, she loves being of service. She loves serving if she can help in any way possible. So, ang sinulat ko dito, with that being said, bakit hindi ka naghuhugas ng pinggan sa bahay?
Sabi na nga ba, tatanungin mo yan eh.
Sinungaling. Excuse me. Talaga, yung Harry Potter, yung pinakasulit mo na ticket, hindi yung si Loki na nag-meet and greet kayo after.
Huwag mo ako ilaglag!
Si Loki. Si Loki, kilala niyo si Marvel movies. She's a fan of Harry Potter and she's a fan of Loki. What's the name of that guy?
Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston, yun. Tom, di ba? Tom. Oh, yun. Yung the tickets that we got were very cheap as well. Parang less than 1,000 pesos.
For a New York production, it was very cheap.
Tapos, of course, you see Loki. If you watch Daredevil sa Netflix, he was there also. Ako, wala akong pake kay Loki. Kay Daredevil
Si Charlie
ako.
Cox yung nasa Daredevil.
Kay Daredevil ako. Tapos yung basta nag-meet and greet kami after. So, syempre, ayaw na niya ipakwento yung kwento pagkatapos. Pero nag-meet and greet eh. Na super fun kay. Kasi other than Harry Potter stuff, may Loki stuff. Akala ko yun yung ikakwento mo. Alright. Tsaka yun, may isa pa, tatry niya kunin. Tapos may isa pa akong comment na sinulat dito. Kashir-kashiran. Social. Kashir-kashiran. Oo, 500 yung baon mo everyday, mayaman.
Oh, excuse me. Hindi kayo 500 baon ko everyday.
Ayun. So, with that being said, thank you, man. If you have any questions, ayan, from Christopher Pagay, 90-Day Fiancé. Actually, I have heard that story also. May na-meet din ako tulad nung sinabi niyang story. Pero yung sa akin, meron din ako na-meet na hindi happy ending. Umuwi naman siya ng kung saan country siya galing dahil it did not work out when he flew in. So yeah, you'll hear, it's true. You will hear all these stories. All right, so if you have questions, if you want to type it down, inumpisahan na ni Mean. Ayan, tuloy natin. From Jasmine. If you are not a flight attendant, what would you be and why?
Miserable.
Wow.
Hindi, honestly, kasi, I blame my mom for this. Yes, Mama, if you're watching right now, I blame you. Kasi sa sobrang ginir niya ako na maging FA, I was like, sinabihan niya ako when I was 14. So parang, di ko na inisip na, what if maging ganito ako? What if maging ganyan ako? What if maging ganito ako? So, ang alam ko lang magiging flight attendant. And if I did not become a flight attendant, hindi ko ma-realize na kaya ko magsulat. Hindi ako magiging writer. If I did not become a flight attendant, hindi ako magkakaroon ng lakas ng loob na magkaroon ng sarili kong podcast. If hindi ako naging flight attendant, I honestly wouldn't be the person. Bakit ko to hawak? I would honestly not be the person that I am today. So, if hindi ako FA, I don't know. Siguro, like my friends, bangko, I don't know, but more likely than not, I'm not even remotely as happy as I am right now kung hindi ako nag-FA. And mas nagmamatter sa akin yung happiness mo as a person kasi it fuels you, it gives you passion, your drive and everything, ganyan. Yung parang the happiness project, ganun baga. Eh.
I think Man also answered Gianna's question. If not at FA, what work are you in right now? I think she mentioned that. No? She might have been a banker, just like her friends, most probably. From Christine Joy Tolentino, excuse me, siguro po kung isa po kayo sa mga crew siguro ang saya po kung isa po kayo sa mga crew sa future flights ko po. Napakagalang, grabe. Curious po ako sa mix nyo ng ginger ale.
Nakuha ko lang kay Kuya nung sinabi niya nung sa last Galley Talk. Paano nga ba yung mix na yun? Kwento mo na nga.
CJ wasn't here because CJ also, Christine Joy Tolentino, I think, CJ is also a flight attendant or is about to be a flight attendant. So, sinabi ko yan last week, if ever naubusan ng ginger ale for those rare opportunities, so minsan chichikahin mo yung passenger, can offer an alternative, of course, but sometimes what I do is I tell them if they want to try, I have something similar, which is apple juice and 7-Up or Sprite. Yan. So, basta something na non-carbonated na sweet. Ayan, sabi nga ni Ina, di ba? Apple and 7-Up. That's it. That's how we do it. Then, of course, we tell them, not 50-50, more on 70-30. 70, again, 70-30, 80-20. Ayan, sa ganun. Tapos, of course, I do not tell them it's ginger, it's for false advertisement. I tell them I can try to offer something similar. Then usually they like it. Then, ayan, kay Ina, minsan white wine, it depends on you, but more or less that's how it is. Para at least we can still try to cater to what they want. Meron tayong, since inumpisa na ni Mean ng mga phone-in questions, what is your most, kasi purchase, inumpisan mo ng purchase, ito sobrang random question, what is your most recent Shopee or Lazada purchase? And follow-up question, ano ang pinaka-recent na Shopee or Lazada na dumating sa bahay mo? Iba yung pinaka-recent purchase, iba pa yung pinaka-recent na dumating.
Mata kasi yung iba.
Eto.
Ayan, yan ang pinaka-recent na dumating.
Kagabi lang?
Ano yung pinaka-recent mo na purchase?
Pinaka-recent ko na purchase? Bumili ako ng Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi?
Okay, takaw tingin na ako kasi may nakita ko sa IG story ni isang friend ko na naglaro siya, meron siya ng sobrang ganda ng Tamagotchi niya, like may design yung paligid, tapos colored niya yung colored na yung screen. Hindi na siya yung black and white pixelated, tapos may figures na ganyan, ang cute. So parang sinerch ko, magkano? 5,000, ang mahal. Then, na-realize ko, meron yung basic Tamagotchi na 100 lang. Parang ko, sige, yun na lang.
Pwede mo download sa phone mo yun. Alam ko yun, may Tamagotchi nga sa phone mo.
May naka-download siya ngayon, pero it's not the same.
Okay. From Ira Calosa, what was your creepiest experience in flight, if you have one?
What do you mean creepy? Like,
out of supernatural ba yan? O weird in general?
Ayan nga eh.
Sige, antayin natin si Ira kung ifa-follow up niya. Something supernatural or just plain weird?
May naisip ko agad, pero mamaya hindi yun yung tinatanong niya. Weird.
Ayan, weird daw, weird.
Okay. Sorry, nabasa ko Miss Ina. Wala akong ganyan. Ayoko ng ganyan. Ayoko ng haunted plane stories.
Duwag yan.
Tatakotin ako eh. Sabi pa nga ni Kuya sa akin, kasi sabi ko, sorry na segue ako agad doon. Parang, sabi ko kay Kuya, natatakot ako. Kasi matatakotin ako, kasi promise, bigyan mo lang ako ng verbal description ng multo. Takot na ako kasi kaya na siyang i-form ng utak ko.
Takot ka nga humarap sa salamin, di ba?
So, Anyway, so sabi ni Kuya sa akin, hindi, pag merong horror stories, okay lang yan, lumayas ka. So, yun yung ginagawa ko, lumalayas ako. Nag-walkout ako, so wala akong ganun. Going back, weird experience, may kumakain ba? Kasi mamaya, Okay. Merong flight, it's called, we call it the Hajj flight. Na it's like, yun yung flight na most of our Muslim brothers and sisters would fly to the Middle East kasi kailangan nilang bisitahin yung Mecca for their, I forgot the specific holiday. So the plane is puro of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Now most of them, yung parang pinag-ipunan nila their whole life, yung ticket na parang from, yung alam mong, ano ba? Yung most of them are not well off. Siguro yung iba, wala namang formal education, ganyan. Kasi ang focus na, kailangan makarating sa Mecca. Kasi alam ko, parang kasama yan sa requirements ng religion nila. So anyway, nandun sa Hajj flight. So, the banyo, it was dirtier than usual. Tapos mas madalas. And then, okay lang naman. Linis tayo, okay lang. Linis tayo ng linis, okay lang. Wala namang kaso. Kasi nga, nagets ko naman yun na parang it's the best that they can do. Ang pinaka-weird experience ko is, pagpasok ko sa banyo, baha. Sigurado kayo, wala kumakain. So, baha. So, usual yung baha, di ba, guys? Pero, hindi siya baha ng ihi, hindi siya baha ng tubig, baha siya ng dugo. So, ang una ko naisip, oh my God, baka may nagsuka ng dugo or whatever, tapos namatay siya, umalis siya sa upuan, bumalik siya, namatay siya doon. Kasi all of them are mostly really, really old people, like parang 70s, 80 years old. So parang, parang sinarado ko kagad, tapos sinabi ko sa kalipad ko, girl, yung banyo, ganyan, baka merong nahihimatay na dyan, meron ng ano na dyan na hindi natin alam. Hanapin natin. So, tinry kong balikan yung banyo. Sabi ko, bakit ganito? As in, Red Sea. Parang pag ginanon ni Moses, hihiwalay siya. So, tinignan ko hanggang saan yung lala ng banyo. So, if this is the bowl, the toilet bowl, and this is the cabinet, nandito yung sink. So, merong space dito sa ilalim. Sinilip ko, merong, I'm sorry gentlemen, merong used na sanitary napkin doon. Siya yung nagkukos ng baha. So, nag-flood out yung dugo ni ate girl na meron that day. So, hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi niya naisip na may basurahan naman dito. Siguro nag-panic siya, hindi niya alam gagawin niya. Yun, tapos, nag-flood pa ng water kasi siguro, they wash their feet also yung our Muslim brothers and sisters. So, parang they will wash their feet. So, syempre, nababasa yung sahig. So, nag-seep out yung dugo and then, nagmukha siyang Red Sea. So, parang ako, pero parang ako deep inside, okay, at least, walang mamamatay sa flight na to. Linis na lang tayo ulit. So, ayun. Ayun lang. Sorry na.
Tama. Wala, di ba?
Wala. Panic lang ako, di ba?
Yung mga mukha ng tao, hindi mo mapinta. Tinitignan ko ngayon. Gulat? Sige, see the world. Sige, Instagram.
Sige, you want to see the world, ha?
Gusto niyo pa?
Si Candice yan nag-comment. Sounds familiar. Diba? Candice, wala pa yan.
Ay, Eduardo.
Parang malinis pa yan sa lagay na yan. Red lang? Walang brown tsaka green? Wala, corny.
Ibang usapan na yun. I think sa ibang flight naman.
Meron ako, all of the above, parang rainbow Wow! Enchanted colors of Benetton. Ayan, di ba? Kasama. Sige, apply tayo lahat. After.
Ayan, kaya pa.
Ayan.
Kaya pa.
Speaking of, I'm sure you are proud of that moment, no? But other than that, what is the most, your proudest moment during your flying career?
Top of my head, flight going from San Francisco or LA, one of those, back to Manila or Vancouver. Basta it's one of our 14-hour flights going back home. Then, so
LA.
nasa boarding,
LA.
Siguro LA. So, nandun ako I was in my boarding station. I was working in economy that day. So, parang the usual, hi, hello, how are you, good morning, good afternoon, blah, 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 blah. Then, out of nowhere, bigla may yumakap sa akin. As in, parang, from behind So, parang, may gumanon. So, parang ako, bakit may yumayakap sa akin? So, parang, okay, nasa harap tayo ng maraming tao, hindi tayo pwedeng mukhang gulat na gulat. So, parang ako, tingin tayo. Kunyari post na inaasahan ko may yumakap sa akin, pero galit na galit talaga ako. Merong middle-aged woman. Parang siguro age bracket will be 50 to 60, ganyan. Papunta ng 60, ganun. Tapos, nakaganan siya, di ba? Tapos nakangiti siya, hello. Tapos sabi ko, hi ma'am. Tapos, sabi niya, alam mo, ang saya-saya ko na nandito ka. Tapos, parang ako, kilala niya ako? Tapos, sabi niya, ano, tapos sabi niya, di mo ba ako naalala? Siyempre, hindi ko naman pwede sabihin hindi. So, sinabi ko, kunwari, oo. So, yes, ma'am, buti nandito ka ulit. So, inassume ko na lang na, siyempre, freaking flyer siya kasi sabi niya, nakita niya ako ulit eh. Iniisip ko naman, baka naman, na-mistook lang niya ako with another FA kasi nga, one look kami, isa lang itsura namin lahat. Pero hindi, sabi niya, alam mo, Mean, I'm so happy na nandito ka ulit. Binanggit niya, tapos binanggit niya yung nickname ko. So, parang doon ako nagulat, Mean. Kasi I'm Mary Rose Al Maximo sa nameplate. So, there's no way for you to know my nickname unless sasabihin ko sa'yo. So, parang kilala niya ako. Tapos sabi niya, alam mo, happy-happy ko nandito ka. Basta, nandun ako So, nandun, basta tinuro niya upuan niya. Sige, doon na ako I'll see you later ha. Tapos sabi niya, sige ma'am, thank you. I'll see you later. Bisitahin kita. So, parang ako, na-starstruck ako noon. Na parang, hindi ko siya maalala. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin siya maalala kung anong ginawa ko that day. Pero, I must have done something great para maalala niya ako na lumiwanag yung mundo niya at niyakap niya ako out of nowhere nung nakita niya ako. So, parang kilig na kilig ako na parang, oh my God, yun yata yung pinakamagandang compliment na na-receive ko sa buong flying career. Pero parang, so I must have been doing something good. So, parang proud na proud ako sa sarili ko. Nun, so, meaning, parang meaning na whatever you're doing, it's great. Keep it up, ganon. So, parang ako, saya-saya ako. So, yun, that was my proudest moment. Kahit siguro ako lang yung nakakita, tsaka siya.
So hindi mo pa rin talaga maisip, no? Welcome to my world.
Yan. Gusto mo kwenta ko?
Okay, nakakaya. I have bad memory. I think I always say that. I have bad memory.
Really?
I always forget about names. I forget about people. Basta, pero that's what I told my sister. Basta if somebody says hi, say hi back because it means that, you gave them a good memory para maalala ka. Pero usually, I really don't remember. Marami akong nasusunog na brain cells. As in, minsan magkasama kami ni Mayan, may mag-hi. So parang hi, tapos small talk, tapos sabihin niya, kilala mo yun? Hindi ko makilala. Since sobra. But at least, same feeling. That's what I told her. The mere fact that they remember you or try to talk to you, that means you gave them a good memory. Kaya I always tell people, or if you attended my workshop, sabi ko nga, in the future, if we see each other, please don't be offended if I don't remember, but just be confident to tell me na nag-attend ako ng workshop mo or specific. Tell me specific. And if I still don't remember, please don't still be offended kasi minsan hindi talaga. But I am just happy that you remembered me in one way or another. So yun. Salamat yan. Kakalimutin. Ito medyo let's go back to your topic while they are parang nag-aantay sila ng no questions yet. But again, let's go back to your topic. Now we talked about in-flight service. You talked about in-flight service rather. So, any specific tips in general that you have learned from your career or from anything that you have experienced that made you realize, if I do this, it would bring out better in-flight service or I could give better customer service by doing this? Mga little things or even big things that you experienced or the actions that you got that made you, tumatak sa'yo. Ay, gagawin ko na to mula ngayon. Kasi it gives better service. So, anything in general, in something specific? At least
I have
I can try that para I can give better. Yes, please go ahead.
So one is mindset really makes a lot of difference. I will go sa flight and I would imagine that every passenger is either President Duterte or my mom. Parang gano'n. 100%. Minsan mas madalas my mom kasi mas takot ako sa nanay ko kasi kay Duterte. So, hi ma. So, yung I will treat every friend na parang kahit young, old, yung nanay ko pa naman. Basta. So, parang kahit anong, it helps. Kasi kahit anong i-dish out ni passenger, okay lang. Kasi in the back of my head, na parang, wala pa rin yan sa nanay ko. Okay lang yan. So, yan. And then, I'll give you my 100% kasi syempre, mahal ko si mama eh. So, mahal din na rin kita. Ganyan. So, parang, I will give you the best of my ability. And whatever you dish out, tatanggapin ko kasi I love you. Ganon. And proper mindset. Syempre, if you don't want to go beyond of how I think, I mean, ako lang naman yun. So, kayo bala. And then, number 2, yun nga, I was told to be a flight attendant when I was 14. So from 14 to 20-ish, 2021, I was preparing to be a flight attendant. And it's this, hawak ko na naman yung ito yung isa sa pinaka-tumatak sa akin. And si Kuya yung nagturo. Sabi niya, nasa McDo. Na sabi niya, pag may uutos ka or may sasabihin ka, say it with a smile. Mas madali if you're gonna say please or thank you after. Kasi parang automatic mumingiti yung bibig mo pag ganun. So parang kunyari, may I please have some water? Ganyan. Yung parang try to say everything with a smile. Kung kaya, i-practice mo yun. And it helped a lot. Kasi I was suddenly deemed the most approachable, na ako yung pinakamadaling utusan. Siguro masama rin yun, ako yung pinakamadaling utusan. But I mean, ako yung pag tinanong yung pasahero sa isang pila, ako yung unang lalapitan na hindi nahihiya sa aking passenger. And then at the same time, pag nagkamali ako, and I have a lot of mistakes, ang dami kong lampa moments. Like, relate ako kay Miss Marian Carmelo. Grabe, dami ko rin ganyan. Na dahil kahit pumalpak ako, okay lang kasi smiley girl naman ako eh, na parang ang bait mo naman, sige, okay lang, nakakalusot. Yun. It really helped a lot when you have the proper mindset and then nakikita din sa mukha mo na masaya kang tao. So parang, whether you do something right, makikita, it's great. If you do something wrong, they will think that you're just trying your best. Ayun. So yun, laki-laki niya tulong. Grabe.
Champion ka, nadadapa ka mag-isa. At least si Marian, bumababa ng hagdan, naka-gown, naka-heels.
Hindi ako pwede mag-beauty pageant eh. Wala naman nangyayari, nalalampa na ako.
Talaga? Si mama yung naiisip mo? Mas nakakatakot siya kaysa sa akin?
Ha? Katrabaho kita yun. Iisipin ko, ikaw rin yun.
Joke lang. Ayun. Excuse me. Siguro we can end this by ang nice ng transition ng stories, no? Because we started with Ina talking about confidence, Maria and pursuing your dreams, then Marian telling us that not because this is not your dream per se, it doesn't mean you do not have to focus and give your all. And another same story from Mean, it's the same thing. The being a flight attendant was pushed into her, but still it didn't stop her from trying her best and achieving her goal during that moment. Siguro I'd like to reiterate lang, if you don't mind, as we end your time slot, if you can tell that story again, because I really believe that it is something that it is nice to talk about, that story about that first flight of yours. Kung pwede mong habaan yung part na kung ano yung pinex ko sa'yo. Hindi ko na, nagulat ako, minention mo eh. So, sige, pag-usapan na natin.
Yeah, so yun nga, I was so amazed. Para ako na starstruck na love at first sight nung first flight ko na pagbaba ako ng Jensen. I mean, hindi mo kami bumaba. I mean, bumaba yung plane, but we have to stay inside the plane while the cleaners are cleaning up the plane. Pero habang naghihintay kami, tinext ko siya, na parang sinabi ko, oh my God, gusto ko to, parang ang saya, di ko may imagine na ganito pala to kasaya, grabe yung saya, iba yung saya din. Sabi ni Kuya sa akin na, that's great, congrats, wag mo yan kakalimutan. Don't forget that joy, that euphoria, kasi there will be days, there will be times na mawawala yan. mapapagod ka, mababad trip ka, mawawalan ka ng gana. It will happen. So, wag na wag mong kakalimutan yung feeling ng first flight mo. Kasi that's what will push you to more and more and more flights and things to come in your life. Yung feeling yung saya mo when you first experience something. Kasi there are days nga na nakakapagod siya.
Ayan, so sabi nga ni Mayan, thank you man. Sabi pa niya nun, ito yung exact text niya eh.
Wow.
Kuya, I love what you do. I love serving the passengers. I love may kalipad. I love flying. I love, puro ganun, puro I love. Then like what she said, I said, do not forget that feeling. Wag mo kalimutan yan. Okay, sabi ko, okay, sige. That's nice, that's good. Wag mo kalimutan yan. Tapos sinabi niya, bakit? Hindi ko sinabi kaagad. Sinabi niya, bakit? Of course. Kasi parang that is not something that you would expect as an initial reaction. Siyempre, pag sinabihan ka, uy, ang saya-saya ko, sabi, ay talaga, galing. Parang tinabla ko kaagad siya, di ba? Parang, kaya sabi niya, bakit? So that's what I told her. It is still work. Days will come na hindi mo siya love. Days will come na hindi mo love yung katrabaho mo. Days will come na hindi mo love yung pasahero mo. Mabubwisit ka nga. Wala pa yung fact na wala kang gana. Wala pa yung fact na wala ka sa mood, may iba kang pinoproblema na hindi mo siya mabibigyan ng atensyon. That happens to us in life in general. To people that we love, to people that inspire us, to things that we value the most. It happens. Pero do not forget that feeling. Because that feeling gives it value. Na kahit ano mangyari, tatandaan mo yung nararamdaman mo at mararamdaman mo siya ulit. Ganun siya ka-importante. So, bad days will come, bad moments will come, and it's okay. Because at the end of the day, you know what you do is valuable to you and to whatever you believe in. Kaya wag mo siya kakalimutan. Kasi minsan, yan yung memory na, these are the reasons why I do it and why I will keep on doing it regardless of what is happening. It's just like you guys. We are in a pandemic right now, and obviously, we are not hiring, but you are still here. You are still improving your craft. You are still looking for motivation, for inspiration to become better, hoping for one day that an opportunity will come to become a flight attendant again. Isn't that something to remind us? Isn't that something to look forward to? To at least have that opportunity, to remember the beautiful feeling that we get by looking at our speakers, by watching them, by relating to their stories, that hopefully one day we will have our own story to tell. So do not forget that feeling. That's why holding on to your dreams, holding on to those things that make you happy, holding on to those things that you love is very important. With that being said, thank you very much, Mayan. If you want to promote anything, your podcast, your social media, your
Yes,
book,
please.
again, please.
Thank you very much. So, again, my name is Mary Rose Maximo. You may call me MR or Mean. Alam mo, feeling ko, i-ditch ko na rin yung MR altogether. Magiging Mean na ako.
Pauso ka kasi.
Ay!
Kapatid
kasi,
ko sa kanya, binabasi siya. Pauso?
kasi, alam mo yun, kailangan daw kasi bilang writer, kailangan medyo writer-ish yung name. But,
yung name niya.
I feel I'm gonna ditch it altogether. Maging Amor Maximo ako from now on. I don't know. Bahala na. So anyway, this is my book. It's Love and Other Wars. So it's a collection
of...
of...
Si Amira Cheng may copy, tinaas niya.
Ay! Love you so much! So, ayan. So, it's a collection of Filipino and English poems. Kita ba? Yan. So, all are written by me. The illustrations inside are drawn by my kuya right over there. I don't know kung nasan siya. Ayan, the one waving. So, yan. Please do get a copy. The second edition. Wow, second edition.
Wow.
Hindi, reprint lang naman talaga.
Second printing. Wow. First printing. Congratulations.
So, the second printing will be happening soon. So, please grab your copies para ma-reservan ko na kayo. And syempre, sasign ko with a little dedication in front. Ganyan. Para to show my love and support and thank you for buying. And then, if gusto nyo may pagchikahan or you want to talk about the journey of being a flight attendant or anything under the sun, you may message me on my Facebook page. It's at Mabuhay Maxima. That's Mabuhay with an I in the end. Wala pa siya sa National Bookstore, Jefferson. Gagawa ko pa ng paraan.
We are still trying to coordinate with big bookstores, but we have it on Shopee. and local bookstores actually.
What do you call this? Message me on Facebook and Instagram. It's Mabuhay Maxima. Mabuhay with an I, then Maxima. So, there you go. Ay? Joke lang, nawala. Wait. There you go. I typed it in. And then, pa-support naman ng podcast ko. It's Mabuhay Maxima. Yun, that's where the name came from, the podcast. So it's a self-help podcast wherein we talk about your relationship, career, and personal goals and how to be the best version of yourself. And for the current season, I've been talking to 20 different professionals of different backgrounds to talk about their passion and kung paano nila napuntahan yung career nila. And my next episode will be I will be guesting Mr. Amor Maximo. Sana ma-schedule na po natin. Yun. So, yun. so please support me on my podcast. It's available on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts, and meron din sa YouTube. That's also my YouTube channel, Mabuhay Maxima. Yun, everything honestly is Mabuhay Maxima. Just hit me a message anytime whatsoever.
Yan. So please
Thank you so much.
Subscribe to Mabuhay Maxima. Padamay na rin ako. Nakakahiya kasi yung kasama namin dito sa conference. More than 1,000 subscribers. Nasa hundreds lang kami.
Sa 100 pa lang. Ano ba yun? Small YouTuber, please let's support each other. Yung ganun daw.
Alright, with that being said, let's kind of take a picture for those who are going to show their screens. Alright, antayin natin si Daphne. Okay. There you go. Oh, Gemma Fel, sumama din. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more.
Bigyan ko si Judy.
May chat na lumabas. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3. Alright, page 2. Si Chucky, si Trish, si Ian Christopher, si Sunny, 1, 2, 3. Ayan, humabol si CJ Tolentino. And for our last page, let's go one more. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'd like to acknowledge our next speaker. He's already right there. But we will give him a proper introduction after this 2 minutes.
Thank you, everyone!
Thank you, Sir Amor.
Thank you, Mike. Again, as what Mike mentioned, if you have any questions, kindly type it down and basahin natin. Ha? Salamat. May comments tayo dito. From Michiko Aiko Farel, good afternoon, Miss Jen Barangan. Ay, Sir Mike Kinzon. Support ako sa inyong love team. Haha, fan ako sa inyong dalawa ni Miss Jen. And from Christopher Pagay, ayan, belated happy birthday pala sa'yo. Belated happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Which was when?
January 18, yes, last Monday.
Last week lang, so belated. Ayan, from Jefferson Garcia. This may sound unusual, but if I may ask, ano pong skincare routine nyo? Kinis nyo po, Sir Mike. Ayan. It's not unusual, of course. Go ahead and ask. Para...
kung gusto nyo talaga mapanood yung skincare routine ko, you can watch it sa YouTube channel ko. Na-share ko na siya actually twice. So, meron akong mga binawas from my last skincare routine na din. Tapos then may mga dinagdag ako, nautal ako, sorry. So ayun. Basta lang, hydrate yourself, inom lang ng maraming water, mag-rest, and then yung mga skincare products, addition na lang yan. Kumbaga, kanya-kanyang hiyang tayo kasi. So, ayun, nabanggit ko yung mga ginagamit kong skincare products sa aking vlog. So you can watch it doon.
Ayan, so tulad na sinabi niya, hydrate. I totally agree with that. Hydrate. And from Christopher Pagay again, what is your most favorite destination? Siguro bigay ka ng dalawa. Isang dahil sa work, tapos isang nabisita mo sa isang vacation mo, I guess. Pero isang, I'm not sure kasi kung gaano karaming layover sa company mo no? So, lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang layover, iba-iba. So, siguro isa doon, then isang visit mo outside na hindi layover. Yan, para dalawa.
Actually, as sa amin kasi since mostly local or domestic yung nililipad ko, masasabi ko gusto ko is yung Kalibo, syempre.
Ayan, Boracay. Konting
Maraming,
kembot na
yes.
lang,
Oo
Boracay.
nga, sir eh. Maraming, tsaka yung mga food doon kasi syempre seafood, yun yung hinahanap ko kasi sobrang fresh yung mga pagkain doon. And then, siguro yung napuntahan ko lang na memorable kasi sa akin, syempre with my family, ang napuntahan
Mhm.
pa lang namin as a whole na family is Hong Kong pa lang. So,
Ayan.
ayun, yun talagang for me memorable as of the moment.
Usual talaga, I think that's one of the most common, no? Kung flight attendant ka, syempre gusto mo masama yung family mo. And kung
Yes.
international, usually Hong Kong to. Kasi malapit eh. Tsaka
Yes,
medyo
sir.
kaya pag-ipunan ka agad, no? Same,
Totoo,
same kami.
totoo.
From Gianna, aside of course from flashlight and others, what important thing do you bring? Siguro she means aside from the requirements na kailangan nating dalhin for a job, is there something important sa'yo or personal sa'yo na lagi mong dinadala?
For me is yung rosary. Lagi ko siyang sa pants ko or minsan nasa bag din kung nakakalimutan ko lagay sa pants. Kasi lumaki ako na laging may rosary sa kasi galing ako sa Catholic school sa St. Paul. So feeling ko naging part na siya ng life ko na laging may rosary. So I think
Ooh.
yun yung parang laging guide na kasama ko talaga.
I totally agree with you. Ako din.
Yes, sir.
Catholic school, ganun talaga. St. Paul, anong St. Paul? Like St. Paul din ako before. Nursery
Ay
yata.
sir, sa province sir, St. Paul sa Bicol. And then,
Hmm.
2 years ako sa St. Paul, Manila ng nursing. Then, lumipat lang ako kasi marami na akong racket nun.
Oo. Tapos rosary, do you have a specific kind? Kailangan rosary ring, rosary bracelet, o yung rosary?
Rosary
Basta kailangan,
talaga yung
oo.
malaki. I mean, kahit naman. Pero yun yung nakasanayan ko. Yung lagi
Oo.
kasi nasa bulsa ko nung estudyante kami kasi required talaga.
Yes, no? Same.
Oo, sir.
Nadala mo na. Nadala mo na.
Yes.
From Gail Oreta, creepy experience or weird experience. It can be something of the supernatural or it can be not supernatural. Talagang something out of the ordinary lang, I guess. That's why you can call it weird.
Experience sa flight pa.
Yes, a flight from Christine
Mm,
Gale Oreta.
siguro lang, yung first time ko, like, yung may nag-flash lang sa lavatory and I thought, na siya, unusual. Yung parang kinabahan ako agad kasi parang early morning flight kasi yun. So medyo, syempre, hindi, medyo sleepy siguro ako no. Tapos parang may nag-flash lang bigla yung sa lavatory, yung toilet. And then parang, as in ako, parang medyo nataranta. So, feeling ko yun lang yun. Then,
Kasi alam mong walang tao.
yes,
Oh,
ayun, sir. Kaya,
nangyayari yata sa atin talaga.
oo, sir. Kaya, ayun. Wala, yun lang naman.
Mapapatingin ka, wala naman tao doon, ha? Ba't
Totoo,
nagpa-flash yan?
sir.
Oo. Tapos, again, from Christopher, pagsamahin na natin kay Gianna and Christopher, what are your short-term and long-term goals? Siguro, what is something that you would like to achieve by the end of this year as your short-term goal, perhaps, and maybe something that you'd like to achieve in 5 years? Maybe your
Okay,
long-term goal.
sir. So, for short term, sir, goal ko talaga this year, mas start na yung bahay na
Wow.
as investment ko siya since gusto ko na magkaroon ng sarili kong, alam mo yun, sariling bahay talaga. Actually, dapat last year ko pa siya na-start. So, since nagka-pandemic, na-stop, hindi ko na muna tinuloy para yung savings ko nasa bank lang muna. So, this year, I'm planning to get na talaga and para makapunta yung parents ko minsan dito. Kasi nasa province sila eh. So, at
Okay.
least kahit papano, mas may bahay na silang pwedeng puntahan dito.
Yeah.
Tapos, 5 years from now, I think magkaroon siyempre ng sarili ko talagang actual na business. Yung talagang may pwesto. So, gusto ko kasi after siguro ng flying career, may business pa rin ako na, alam mo yun, hindi nasasayang yung oras ko na,
Oo.
basta gusto kong parang may tinatrabaho pa rin ako kahit
Yeah.
papaano.
if I remember correctly, because I saw your feature, was that the parang buko pandan? Basta alam ko dessert siya or something. Tama ba?
Yes sir. Yes sir, mga
Oo.
desserts sir.
Tsaka
Then ngayon
may
sir,
baked
nagbe-bake
stuff.
na rin ako ng
Oo, oo.
cookies.
Ayan. Baka naman. Sa mga comment. Baka naman.
Baka naman sir.
Oh, for everybody that's watching, send him a message. Oh, para we can order. All right, let's read more comments. From Tanya Marquez, Sir Mike, ask ko lang kung pwede nyo i-share yung SOP ng airline nyo ngayong flying in the new normal. Siguro if you can bring us to a day in the life of Mike Kinzon. Kumbaga, kung may flight ka ngayon, pagkagising mo, pwede mo ba kami isama sa pagpasok mo para ma-imagine namin?
Yun,
Again, within the boundaries lang kasi syempre may mga bagay na hindi natin
yes, sir.
pwede kwento. Pero yung hanggang doon lang sa pwede natin i-share.
Well, sa ano pa rin, same pa rin naman yung routine. Syempre, yung uniform, full uniform, complete uniform. Then yung gamit, kompleto pa rin dapat. This time lang kasi naka-mask, naka-face shield, and then syempre dapat may alcohol ka laging dala. And bago ako pumasok sa work, may parang health checker form kaming finifilapan online. Sinesend namin yon or sinasubmit dun sa office. Pero via online yun. May app kami ginagamit. And then, pinapresent namin siya sa guard pagpapasok sa office. Pinapresent namin siya parang proof na nakapag-comply kami doon. Kasi doon nila malalaman if you're safe to fly, if healthy ka, and kapag may mga signs and symptoms ka ba ng COVID, parang ganun, doon mo pwede kasing i-report. So, isa yun sa mga bagong routine namin sa pagpasok sa work. And then, syempre, pagpasok, merong mga, for example, sa office muna, may mga alcohol doon. Alam mo yung mga before ka mag-sign in, kailangan mag-spray ka muna ng alcohol, mga ganon. Kasi syempre, for your safety. And then, social distancing pa rin. Mas may space na kami pag nagbe-briefing, alam mo yun, pag nag-uusap-usap with cabin crew. So, ayun, bawal tanggalin ang mask and face shield. So, ayun. Tapos sa flight naman, ganun pa rin, social distancing, and then, naka-full PPE na, and, ayun, modified yung service sa work. So, mas less yung, kumbaga, interaction with the passengers. Yung may sobrang kailangan talaga, yun yung mas ipupuntahan namin. And then may mga safety protocol syempre yung sinusunod sa flight. So, di ko lang madidiscuss lahat, guys, kasi
yes,
syempre
not in
part
detail,
kasi sa
no?
Yes, sir. So, I think yun lang. Ang pag-uwi, kailangan agad maligo, syempre agad-agad, tapos laban yung PPE.
Ayun. So with regards to that, the PPE that you get to keep it, then wash it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ito may follow-up question si Rome Tayer. Nagsa-swab test din po ba kayo every flight?
Nagsaswab test kami yung sa China kapag mostly pag kailangan namin yes sir, kapag kailangan namin at saka kapag kailangan namin magstay sa isang destination, kailangan namin negative kami sa COVID. So ayun, nagsaswab naman.
How about yung mga rapid test? Kasi alam ko there are times na you do rapid test kahit domestic flights also. Tama ba?
Yes sir. Na-rapid test rin naman po.
So usually, to answer Rome, usually pag international flights, mas malaki yung chance na swab test. Pag domestic, minsan rapid test. Pero always, cabin crew are always tested for that. Kasi first
yes,
tawag dito, face-to-face talaga. Kami yung nakikipag, we see the passengers para lang din sa safety ng pasahero, not just our own personal safety. From Mitchie, as a registered nurse now working as a cabin crew, what's your unforgettable experience with a passenger wherein you have to apply your knowledge as a nurse? So I guess medical emergency to. Kung nagkaroon ka ba ng medical emergency na nagamit mo yung knowledge mo as a cabin crew and also a nurse?
Actually, yun nga nililook forward ko talaga. Pero sana hindi din mangyari.
Yeah.
Yung magpaanak sana. Di ba nangyayari sa inyo yun, sir?
Happens.
So, sa amin, di pa naman nangyari. Pero, I'm ready naman na mangyari kung may manganganak in flight. So, based on my experience, since 2 years flying pa lang naman ako, isa pa lang yung na-experience ko, nahihirapan sa huminga. So, ako yung nag-attend doon sa passenger. And, ayun, ginawa ko naman yung mga first aid na alam ko, and then syempre kahit hindi nurse, alam kung paano i-manage yung mga ganung bagay kasi syempre part ng training yon yung first aid. So aware din yung ibang cabin crew. Pero since RN ako yung pinag-handle doon sa passenger. So kahit
Usually, no?
papano nabawasan yung difficulty or yung naging comfortable ba yung passengers. So nakakatuwa kasi kahit papano napapractice ko pa rin yung knowledge ko and skill ko as a nurse sa flight.
Baka kasi you took their breath away kaya hindi
O yun, no?
Yeah.
Hindi.
Yun, yun, no? Ayan. From Chuck, good day, Sir Mike. Do you already have a business partner? Aba, ito na.
Yun, no? Wala pa, sir. Actually, wala pa akong mga business partner kasi small business pa lang naman yung inahandle ko. Pero open ako sa malalaking business soon. Sana nga, actually interested ako sa mga ganyan. Malalaking business na ngayon, makipag-partnership kasi syempre mas malaki yung possible na income sa mga ganung bagay. So, ayun.
And of course, it can lead you to bigger opportunities in the future.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Chuck, if you have a plan or if you know somebody, why not send Mike a message? You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. So, try lang, di ba?
Tama, sir.
From
Tama.
Christopher Pagay, what are your dreams for your family?
Dreams for my family. Yun nga, isa na doon is syempre to have my own house. I want them na makapunta doon and kung gugustuhin man nila, magstay sila doon. Since syempre nagbubukod, maghihiwalay din naman ako sa kanila. They have their, we have yung bahay namin sa province, sa kanila rin naman talaga yun. So yun nga, gusto ko magkaroon ng sariling bahay and also maulit yung international parang tour namin as a whole ng family kasi may kanya-kanyang family na rin yung sister ko nasa US, yung kuya ko nasa Quezon City. So sana kumbaga reunion na lang din ng family namin habang syempre habang malakas pa ang parents ko at saka kaya pa nila mag-travel and sana mawala na nga talaga yung pandemic para mas safe para sa kanila na mag-travel. Kasi syempre matatanda rin sila.
Yes.
So, ayun yun lang naman. Simple lang naman dream ko. At syempre magkaroon din ako ng sariling family at business talaga.
Tapos malayo-layo naman, no? Tapos malayo-layo naman sa Hong Kong. Ganyan talaga yung style. Tapos palayo-layo ng onte.
Oh,
no?
sir.
Kung hanggang
pasakay
kaya.
Kami,
kasi,
sir. Pasakay.
Oo, habang bata pa ang parents. Akala ko yung i-ending mo, and of course, world peace. Hala.
Ay, hindi naman. Sige. Pwede naman.
Pwede na rin, no? World peace
sir,
and
syempre,
good
kailangan
health
natin
sa lahat.
yan.
Wala ng pandemic.
Totoo,
Comment
sir.
ni Mayrick Razon, wow, corporation na ba ito? Why not? So if you want to partner, di ba? Bring the bakery and the Buko Pandan, Philippines-wide, worldwide. Why not? Send Mike a message. Mitchie, last question. Mitchie, kahit hindi last question, we have a lot of time. Why shift your career from nurse to cabin crew? Wondering lang. Ayan, that's a good question.
Well, laging natatanong yan sa akin since kilala nga nila ako na nag-work sa hospital, then bigla ako naging flight steward. So, ako kasi yung taong mahilig talagang, syempre aside sa, since you're a cabin crew, lagi kang magta-travel. So ako mahilig talaga akong mag-travel and then parehas din kasi as a nurse and as a cabin crew na magdi-deal ka sa iba't ibang customer. So sanay din ako doon na laging nakikipag-usap sa iba't ibang tao. So kaya ako nag-shift din talaga sa pagiging cabin crew kasi syempre mas lalo na dito sa Philippines, mas maganda yung opportunity kumpara sa aming mga sa aming mga nurses kasi hindi, to be honest guys talaga, syempre reality check lang na hindi talaga well compensated yung mga nurses dito sa Philippines. So, isang reason yun kaya ako lumipat din ng career kasi syempre mas okay, mas better yung opportunity at benefits ng isang cabin crew. So, I think ayun.
Yeah. It's the same question from Gianna Lituanias. Why cabin crew? Why not continue working as a nurse? I think that's what you said earlier. Now you addressed that. Na initially, by your standards, being a cabin crew would have better compensation, which is I kind of agree with compared to a starting nurse, wherein you are supposed to gain experience first. no?
Yes, sir.
Pero our nurses are very well skilled, kaya nga kinukuha sa ibang bansa eh.
Tama.
From comment from Michiko Aiko, thank you Sir Mike, and more Gen Mike collaborations. Aba talaga? Aba talaga? Did you have a collaboration? For those who do not know, can you tell them about your collaboration with Jen?
Actually, wala pa, sir. Yun yung
Wala
parang
pa?
isa sa dream na ang
Ayan.
dami nilang gustong mag-collab kami dalawa. Since kasi sa TikTok kasi, sir, lagi ko siyang dinaduet. And then,
okay.
nagkakaroon kami ng chance na magkausap through comments. So, sana. Siyempre, small YouTuber pa lang ako. Sana.
So, kung small YouTuber si Mike, micro mini.
Oy, grabe. Hindi naman, sir.
Micro.
Lahat tayo dadaan sa ganyan.
Yes, ganun talaga. No, it's a process. Ito nga, Mike is actually a perfect example. No? He is already a flight attendant. He is a YouTuber. He's an established YouTuber. But tignan nyo, when he mentioned earlier, kinakabahan ako. Tao din po siya. Tao din. Kinakabahan din. Tulad nating lahat. When I'd like to believe when we are doing something important na gusto natin yung ginagawa natin, kakabahan talaga tayo. So while you are, kahit sabihin mo something as simple as speaking in front of other people, of aspirants, he gives value to it, kaya kinakabahan din siya. So kayo din, tayo din, pag reach ng dreams natin, pag try maging flight attendant or whatever, kakabahan din tayo. It's part of the process. Pero ang importante, we still do it. Pwede niyang sabihin, kinakabahan ako, ayoko na, off na lang cam, kaya na lang, sa vlog na lang. No. Still, we try, we move forward, we try to reach it. So thank you very much, Mike, for setting a really good example. May comment from Eduardo Del Rosario Jr. Sir Mike, pag naayos na yung ipuput up ko, PM sana kita if okay lang. Nako, parang korporasyon na nga yata talaga.
Sige lang,
ito.
Sige lang, you can message me
kahit 1% of sales lang, okay na ako. Okay,
sige, sir.
Taste tester.
Prove.
Leopoldo, yan, from Amor Maximo, micro-YouTuber, yan, tayong dalawa yan. From Leopoldo Flores II, pasample naman po ng PA announcement. Oo nga, yung mga hindi nakakapanood nung TikTok nyo ni Jen Barangan, ni Miss Jen Barangan, pwede ba? Paisa naman please.
Talaga ba, sir?
Oo, tayo lang naman, wala naman makakarinig na iba. 43
Talaga.
lang naman tayo dito.
Oh my God. Hindi ako prepared.
Pikit ka na lang para hindi mo kami nakikita.
Siguro sige, try natin. Seryoso ba, sir?
O yan sabi ni Michiko, ayan go sir. Ayan, sabi ni Ira, go sir Mike.
Sige.
Sabi ni Gianna, kayo pala yung nasa flight ko minsan, kaya familiar. O yan, go sir.
Hello guys.
Hello. Go sir.
Sige. Try natin. Mabuhay, Philippine Airlines welcomes you to Manila. The time for your convenience is 6 minutes past the hour of 4 in the afternoon. And the date today is 19th. Di ko na alam, sir.
Basta kung anong date.
Okay, basta yun. Itutuloy ko yun, guys, sa TikTok na lang.
Ayan, may patikim si Mike Inzon. From Ed, go sir Mike, go sir, your secret is safe. Anybody has more questions? Sige, for the meantime, while you're typing, meron din ako phone-in question. Ayan, maiba ng slide.
Sige, sir.
Phone-in question. For your, with your 2-year flying career, was there a time that you made a mistake or were you scolded or napagalitan ka ba? If yes, tungkol saan? Pero kung no, okay lang. Well, no.
Actually, sir, hindi naman siya like scolded or may mali
or
akong
na-remind
nagawa.
ka.
Siguro ni-remind lang ako dun sa the way I do my service since probationary days ko yon, mga first few months ko pa lang siya as a cabin crew. So, na-remind ako ng L1 ko or lead cabin crew namin about it. So, hindi ko siya hindi ako nagpadala. Kung, for example, napahiya ako ng konti, very slight, syempre napagsabihan ako sa harap ng ibang cabin crew. So, alam ko, it's for my, kumbaga, improvement para sa susunod, mas tama yung gagawin kong service, mas tawag doon, on standard, kumbaga. So, never pa naman ako na pagalitan sa totoo lang.
If you don't mind, ano yung reminder ni L1? Kung maalala mo pa.
Yung
or
regarding lang
share.
Sige, pwede naman siguro. Ay, yung sa pag-serve lang ng hot bev, yung hindi pwedeng, for example, dalawa or isa-isa lang.
Yeah. So, explain natin kung bakit, di ba, when he said hot beverage, so either coffee or tea nilalagay natin sa
Yes.
hot cup. So, sinabihan ka nung purser mo, nung L1 mo, nung head cabinet
Isa-isa.
attendant na, means isa-isa lang ibigay. Eh, yung
Yes,
iba,
sir.
dalawa. Yung iba, tatlo pa ilalagay. So, bakit daw, for everybody that's listening? Kasi baka inisip nila, mas mabilis yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag dalawa ibigay mo or tatlo, bakit kailangan isa-isa? Ano ba yung, I'm sure may reason yan.
Yes, syempre sir, anytime kasi, ang reason talaga doon, main reason is syempre for the safety ng passenger and also sa main cabin crew kasi syempre yung possibility na matapon mo yun sa harap ng passenger or even sa kamay mo mag-spill. So better to be safe, isa-isa lang.
Yan. So tulad ng kung napapanood nyo yung mga ibang pinag-uusapan namin with the other days, other conference days, we try to be proactive in terms of safety and service sa lahat ng bagay. So isa pa, ni-mention ni Mike matapon, kasi isipin nyo yung scenario na to. Madali lang, 2 baso, lagyan mo ng hot water. Paano kung butas yung isa?
Yes.
O dito matapon na sa kamay mo, ano yung nagagawin mo? Iyak ka na lang. So at least yung isa, if one spilling, you can immediately dispose it or pwede mong matatabi. Kasi pag dalawa, mahihirapan ka mag-manage. So pwede ka pang mapaso. At sa airline namin, pag sinabing hot coffee, hot tea, legit hot. Hot
Yes, sir.
talaga, hot water. Talagang pwede kang malapnusan ng skin kung matapunan ka. Because it's easier to make it a bit warmer kaysa mag-init ng mag-init. Kaya talaga hot drinks literal. So that's one of the things. Thanks, Mike. One more. Excuse me. Do you remember your first ever flight as a cabin crew?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us that story? Can you share the emotions that you felt and whatever happened that day para we can imagine it with you?
Actually, ako nun yung first, ko talaga, since release na ako as a cabin crew, bali, reserve pa lang ako noon. First day ko, reserve ako. And then, ibig sabihin na anytime ako pwede i-upgrade. So, yun nga, na-upgrade ako after 2 hours sa isang local flight. And nakakatuwa lang, hindi ko siya makakalimutan kasi kabatch ko yung makakalipad. Isa sa mga kabatch ko yung makakalipad ko. So, kumbaga, kahit pa paano, may makakasama akong makakausap akong, alam mo, mapag-usap,
May karamay ka, no?
Yes, tsaka may mapagtatanungan ako in case din na, alam mo yung mga, kasi medyo nauna siyang i-release sa akin as a cabin ko bago ako. So, medyo, syempre, kapaka-pa ako sa mga ibang bagay. Pero, since na-train naman nga, since na-train naman tayo like 2 to 3 months, madali na lang din, kumbaga, pakikis din sa kapwa, sa mga seniors, yung ginawa kong adjustment. So, ayun, medyo lang siguro, yung medyo nalito lang ako siguro yung pagkuha ko lang ng, for example, ng demo kit, ang mga ganun sa pagkuha sa overhead bin. Kasi, syempre, first day ko, so nalito pa ako. Kasi iba-ibang location nun sa bawat aircraft kasi na liliparin mo. So, ayun siya, guys. Pero okay siya, memorable.
If you remember, no, it's truly overwhelming. Overwhelming
Yes.
talaga. And like what we said, we have been trained very well. Pero iba pa rin kasi pag hands-on na, yung wala ka
Yes,
ng
sir.
patanungan. And nafe-feel ko yun kasi iba rin yung pagpasok mo ng flight na may kabatch ka or kaklase ka na alam mong, uy, sige, may karamay ako kagad. Kasi yan ang hindi ko na-feel. Nung ako naman, when I started flying, laging senior yung kalipad ko. Tapos nakikita ko, yung nagkwekwentuhan yung mga friends ko, ay, magkasama kami ni ganito. Ako, hindi ko kilala lahat ng kasama ko. Kahit nung naging international cabin crew ako, ganun din, puro senior. Pero inisip ko na lang din na, yes, hindi ganun kakampante, pero at least nagbi-build ako ng knowledge. Kasi may mga bagay, di ba, sa kanila mo lang matututunan, no, Mike? Yung mga
Yes, sir.
ilang
Yes.
years na flying, yung mga nauna sa atin, na hindi natututunan sa training kasi sa actual iba, yung mga tips
Totoo, sir.
na ganyan. So, yun doon ko na lang iniisip na investment. Tawag ko nga doon investment.
Yes.
Investment muna. Lipad with mom and sir. Para pag ako
Totoo.
na mag-isa, okay na. okay na or mas madulong ako. Tapos minsan pag kunwari nakalipad mo yung mga senior tapos may kalipad kang classmate mo na hindi pa sila nakakalipad, medyo takot ng onte. Pero ikaw, hi ma, medyo
Okay
okay
na,
ka na
sir.
kasi na-prove mo
Yes.
na kaya mo, di ba? That's one
Totoo
of the
yan, sir.
nicer feelings. From Christopher Pagay, Dash 8, Airbus, o Boeing? Aba?
Well, sir, nililipad ko lang kasi sa ngayon is Airbus, sir. So, talagang
Ooh,
Airbus ta.
Airbus. So, hindi ka nagpo-prop or
Hindi,
you
sir.
haven't had the opportunity to prop?
Wala, sir. Sa aming sa batch namin, wala, sir.
So ano ba yan? Like, enlighten us. Sa airline, may batch na qualified for Airbus, may qualified for prop and Airbus, may qualified for prop.
Yes, sir. Bali kasi, sir, yung panahon na pumasok ko, parang wala ng training na binigay for other na ano. Dati kasi nililipad nila yung mga yun. Tapos ngayon, wala muna. Maybe soon magkakaroon ulit. Saka
Kasi
kami titrain.
Kasi I think kung 2 years ago, oo nga, baka yun yung time na puro Airbus yung kinuha eh.
Yes,
No,
sir.
parang yun yung pumapasok na aeroplano. So talagang, tas onti na lang yung prop flights. Yes, yes. Though alam ko rin, mga bagong aeroplano rin yung prop din na pumasok before that. So halos puro bago yung aeroplano nila. Nice. Any more questions? I think we're good. So sige, if you have any questions, please kindly message Mike Kinzon. Mike, any last words before we end your time slot? Ayan, may pahabol si Ed. Ed talaga. Oh, doon ka ba sa airline na may pa-games?
Ano ba, sir?
Ayan, tanong ni Eduardo. Doon, yung airline nyo ba yung may games?
Parang kay Jen Barangan yan, sir.
Oo, yun. Parang kay Jen.
Dun,
Yung
hindi
airline
po,
ni
hindi
Ed,
po.
yung same airline ko, my sister company. Ayan.
Yes po.
Parang mga puso yung pinaglalaroan yata ni Mike eh. Parang ganun yata. Tao.
Oh, hindi naman.
Hindi. Ayan. So, again, going back to what I said earlier, anything to promote, kindly please promote your business where they can contact you and all your accounts and
Yes, thank you, sir. By the way, guys, you can follow me and subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's #vlogmq. You can just type Mike Kinzon na lang para mas madali. And then, soon may i-upload akong vlog about pagiging FA. So, medyo sinushoot ko pa siya. Tapos, social media accounts ko, guys, it's Mike_Kinzon. Pare-pareha siya sa Twitter, Instagram, and Laika. So, guys, follow me there, guys. Ayun. Comment lang kayo and mag-message lang kayo sa akin kasi magre-reply naman ako. So, ayun. Message ko na lang sa lahat ng aspirants. Don't lose hope. Soon, ma-achieve nyo rin yung dream job nyo. Kasi gaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, iba't ibang rejections din yung na-encounter ko bago ako naging cabin crew. So, yun, continue lang na improve natin yung sarili natin while waiting for the opportunity na mag-apply tayo sa iba't ibang airlines. So, kaya nyo yan, guys. And message nyo lang yung mga FAs na kakilala nyo or yung mga vloggers kasi matutulungan kayo nun. And kahit pa paano, alam nyo na may tawag doon, prepared kayo sa darating na araw ng interview and sa mga assessments na darating. So, ayun, pray lang kayo lagi, guys. And stay healthy. Keep safe po.
Ayan, thank you. That's a very nice message.
Thank you, Sir Amor.
With that, salamat din, Mike. Let's take a picture. Ayan, nasakto. Lumalabas na ang galing sa mga lungga. Sa lungga talaga. Let's take a picture, everybody. Okay, for page 1. Wait lang. Teka lang. Let's hide the comment. All right. Let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3. For page 2. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's it. Thank you very much again, Mike. And
thank you, sir.
Were there times that you wanted to go home and quit living abroad? Of course, definitely. Many times, especially kapag hindi masyadong smooth yung flight. And when you're flying with somebody na talagang iti-test yung patience mo and parang isipin mo talaga, ano ba, ayoko na. Ganyan. Pero, you know, it's just a phase. Dadaan lang siya. You know, it comes in waves. Na parang gusto mong mag-quit, gusto mong mag-stay, gusto mong mag-quit. Ganyan siya. Waves siya, pero lumilipas din talaga siya. What's one thing from abroad that you want to bring back here in the Philippines? Food. I really love Arabic food, especially mga shawarma, kebab, ganyan. Actually, the whole time nung pregnancy ko, I was just craving for full medames. Like, if you're not familiar, try to Google. Not a lot of people like it, but I really love it. And until now, I haven't found a restaurant here in the Philippines that cooks full medames really, really well. And siguro yon, if there's one thing na dadalhin ko from Doha, from Qatar, back here to the Philippines, yun talaga, yung full medames. Kasi super, super favorite ko talaga siya. What I learned about myself by living independently abroad is that I can be independent. Yun na, yung fact na kaya kong gawin everything on my own, without, you know, asking for help from my parents. I did my own laundry, I did my own grocery. I mean, like what I said in the video, it's very simple, pero for me, they're big achievements kasi I've never really done that for myself. Like what I said, I've never eaten in a restaurant alone. And yeah, I did all those things. I never thought that I could travel alone, and I never thought that I can be an organized person. So yun, napilitan ako to do all those things for myself just because I had no choice. I had to do it for myself. My favorite layover, nako, sobrang dami. But if, you know, at the top of my head, what I could choose is this one layover that I did in Alexandria in Egypt. It wasn't even a scheduled flight for me. It wasn't on my roster. I got pulled from standby, and then they told me, you're flying to Alexandria. You have 30 minutes to report for the flight. So I was thinking, oh my God, Alexandria, Egypt, it's just my dream to go there. It's my dream to see the pyramids, but the pyramid is like 2 hours away from Alexandria. So as soon as we landed in Alexandria, we had like 15 minutes to prepare because it was already late afternoon. So we need to rush kasi kung gusto namin maabutan yung pyramid na may araw pa kasi baka mag-sunset na. So 15 minutes, we left the hotel. Wala akong sapatos and it was almost winter. Fall yon that time. So I was only wearing slippers. Yung flip-flops, and yung bag na ginamit ko is the bag that I use for my dirty laundry. Para lang may mapaglagyan ako ng phone, ng wallet, and ng mga personal stuff ko. Tapos yon, favorite layover ko siya kasi sobrang dream ko talaga na makita yung pyramids. My number one makeup rule for females is know when to stop. Kasi sometimes we get too overwhelmed and we get too excited with putting on makeup and we don't know when to stop. Like, we just keep on applying color. Okay, color for the eyes. Blush on, pak, pink na pink, red lipstick, ganyan, diba? Just know when to stop. Just know when it's already too much. Kasi there is such a thing as too much makeup. I know that for certain airlines, they have minimum makeup requirements. And sometimes, I just wish that there is also a maximum makeup requirement. Kasi parang minsan, too much na talaga. Imagine if you're doing a night flight and then you're waking up a customer, a passenger, and then magugulat sila kasi grabe, blue eyeshadow, tapos bonggang eyeliner, pink blush, tapos biglang sasamahan mo ng red lipstick, tapos talaga mo parang gloss, diba? Parang know your limits, know when to stop. Yun lang. My number one grooming rule for male cabin crew, and ito, I always say this, is you have to look mabango. Yun lang talaga. Kasi you don't really need to put on makeup. I'm not sure if all airlines are against guys wearing makeup, but for the airline that I worked for, you can wear makeup, but it shouldn't be visible. So, yun lang sa akin, just look mabango and be mabango. Yun lang yung grooming rule ko for male cabin crew. What cabin crew traits do I want my kids to learn? Ako, sobrang dami. Being patient is number one. Pero I think most important is, I I want my kids to be able to make decisions for themselves and be responsible for the decisions that they're gonna make anywhere, in any aspect of their life. Kasi ganun ka as a cabin crew, you come across a lot of situations on board where you have to make a decision, and at the end of the day, you have to justify why you made that decision. Be it maging positive yung result or maging negative yung result ng decision mo, you have to know or you have to learn to own up to the decisions that you make. You have to be responsible for your actions. So, yun. Kasi pag natutunan yun ng anak ko, I feel like kaya na niyang gawin anything. You just have to be responsible. Self by living independently abroad is that I can be independent. Yun na, yung fact na kaya kong gawin everything on my own, without, asking for help from my parents. I did my own laundry, I did my own grocery. I mean, like what I said in the video, it's very simple, pero for me, they're big achievements kasi I've never really done that for myself. Like what I said, I've never eaten in a restaurant alone. And yeah, I did all those things. I never thought that I could travel alone, and I never thought that I can be an organized person. So yun, napilitan ako to do all those things for myself just because I had no choice. I had to do it for myself.